847-3733.
Welcome to the hot crowd of Solana. Welcome to the hot crowd of Solana. Welcome to the hot crowd of Solana. Welcome to the show, 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 crowd of Solana. Welcome to the show with the three amigos. Hotman, Crowder, and Solana on FM radio. Them boys be sliding, so we riding and we ready to go. 100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing poker up to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hotman can't stop from each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who rock up 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do it long, cause it sounds so sweet. Just spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
yeah! Welcome to the show! A very exciting show.
Hey.
I don't have anything.
That was some good stuff.
We got good stuff? All right, I'll tell you what I have. Here's what we have. Canes are going dancing.
Mm-hmm.
That's always exciting. We've missed that. Canes are going dancing. Team USA is going to play in the World Baseball Classic Championship. That's exciting.
That was a fun game.
The Heat, they're back in the play-in. So that, there's trajectories that weird how one loss all of a sudden they're back in the play-in. Panthers, they're not really going anywhere. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. They're not going anywhere. And
Cancun, here we come.
The Marlins, do you know that they open their season next week?
Yes. I actually watching the game last night. They were talking about how all the guys have to go back after this and get ready for the season and all of that stuff. I watched every damn ending of that baseball game last night.
That was pretty cool last night. That last strike call was as bad a call as you will ever see. And I know we were texting and Jimmy's like, catcher framed it well. And he did. But if there was replay in the World Baseball Classic like there is in MLB, that replay is laughed out of the ballpark. It's so bad. Like that strike call was as bad and whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean,
there was bad calls in the seventh inning.
I get it. But
2-1 game, a guy on third.
But you've got a runner on third. Like, it's an obvious ball. The batter takes an obvious ball and punch him out. Like, man.
And
that's got to
be. If he walks, he was the ninth batter. If he walks, you're back to the top of the run.
Tatis was on deck. Fernando Tatis
on deck
is on deck.
2-1, 2 outs, 3-2 count. That's when you don't want an umpire to decide the game. I do not complain about strikes and balls.
Neither do I. And to your point, there's a million plays, a million at-bats you can go back to during the game. I guess a million is probably exaggerated a little bit because there aren't 30. A million at-bats. But there's at-bats that you can go back to earlier in the game and you go, oh, well, if you did that differently, whatever. But that's why the replay has been implemented in MLB for that particular purpose, that the bottom of the ninth, in one of, you're going to the championship, bottom of the ninth, and there's a runner on third, and somebody gets punched out on a ball that was so low. Again, I'll take it. Who cares? USA is going to be in the World Baseball Classic Championship and whatever. But that's why MLB has the replay and the way that they do it. I mean, if you watch the spring training games, it's so fast, it's so easy, it's such a perfect system. So. Anyway,
they should have just implemented it last night, like at that moment. Why not? Honestly, why? Why not?
Just change a rule
right
in
there.
The moment?
I'm talking about that moment. At that moment, somebody should have buzzed in Everybody
Who?
stop. Don't celebrate.
I'll tell you who should have buzzed in. Albert Pujols. Because nobody's telling him no.
Yep, Albert Pujols.
I don't know. I don't know if somebody can just buzz it.
Like, hey, hold on. We can't end the game that way. That sucked. I'll give you guys an example. When I play pickleball, and it's the final points, the game-winning point, and the other team double faults, and they throw the ball. Like, I can't win that way. You know what I mean? Like, I have to win it the right way. I have to earn my victory. So USA should have had to have earned their victory yesterday. They did, but the way that it got finalized was nonsense. It was nonsense.
If you see me pass out that way again, please just jump in here and slap me.
20 of the best baseball players in the history of baseball ever to be on the field together, and you're talking about you and the little fat left-hand boy playing pickleball.
Come on, what are we doing here? I will say, by the way, for those who are pointing at these World Baseball Classic games, this annoys me. There's a couple things in sports that annoy me. And I'm on an island on the one where, you know, when they go to a Dolphins game on Thursday Night Football and they show South Beach and everybody tweets away and they're like, it's not on South Beach. It's right. I mean, who cares? I don't understand why that annoys people. I really don't. But I'm in the minority on that one. That seems to annoy everybody. You can only show video of a 3-block radius wherever the stadium is, apparently. But regardless.
The other some screenshots of Miami Gardens and tell me what you want them to show on on NBC.
Like you're just kind of showing it to the people who are watching in New York, and Hard Rock Stadium is closer to South Beach than most people are at that moment. Mm-hmm. So they show you a generalized view of like, hey, here's the area. Regardless, everyone who's pointing at these World Baseball Classic games and going, man, if the Marlins could only do that at their ballpark. No, you can't do that. This is a tournament of like 20 teams with like, 10 games? I mean, you're talking about a 162-game baseball season that goes for months and months and months, and you're playing the same team 500 times in 162 games. Like, how on earth? And you're doing it every 4 years, by the way. How on earth could you replicate that for a baseball season? So anyone who's using the World Baseball Classic as some kind of barometer on what baseball should feel like in Miami, you're insane. You can't replicate that. Sorry. It's a 162-game season. 40 games are against the Phillies. What do you want?
The Dolphins games don't look like El Clasico either.
Exactly.
Like that's a stupid comparison of what people try to make that.
Did you see this tweet? It's a guy. His name is Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly Sports. I don't know if this is the tweet, and I imagine
this is what set me off.
Right. Well, it set me off too for a different reason though, because you're right, Hoch. I'm not disagreeing with you, but here's what the tweet says: it's crazy. Lone Depot Park is going to go back to being the most lifeless place in baseball in a few weeks. It's crazy. Apparently, everything's crazy to Tim Kelly. It's crazy the Marlins haven't been able to figure out contending consistently given how many players want to be in Miami. And Hoch, what you said was correct. But here's what pisses me off. No, Tim Kelly. They figured that out. They don't want to pay players. Like, it's that simple. They're not in the dark on the idea that if we had Aaron Judge and if we had Sandy and if we had Shohei Ohtani,
it still wouldn't feel like that.
No, but my point is he pointed out contending. The fact that they haven't been able to feel the contender considering how many players want to be in Miami because of the uproarious crowds that you saw with all the Latino community. No. They know that. Everybody knows that. They don't want to pay them. Like, this isn't a secret. They just don't want to shell out the money to have a quality roster.
You're talking about the players. Like, these games also are all-star games. Like, you're watching all-star games.
Okay. So I have a point on both of that. There's no way they could pay those. You couldn't. There's not an MLB team that could put those rosters together right now. This is impossible.
The Dodgers.
The Yankees and the Dodgers have them.
There was like $9 or $10 billion worth of contracts on that field last night.
So like half the Dodgers payroll.
Yeah. They could get the Dominican team if they want them. but to that point where they're not going to pay those guys, but you're going to have to pay those type players. You're talking about Tatis and Vlad and those guys like that lineup. And I watched the whole game with sound on. I don't even like commentators. I'm watching it with sound on, and they're just talking about how amazing this is, even to see the guys in the dugout together. And they're checking off Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer. But it's to talk about the attendance, it's for their country.
Of course.
I don't know if the Dominicans give a damn about Xavier Alexander or Sandy Alcantara. They're going there for their country. The U.S. is cheering for their country, and that's why it's not going to happen. Give a damn about the money. You can't do that because it doesn't mean as much. Every 4 years, and you have some of the best players, not just right now, in the history of baseball on the field.
It's something special. Somebody puts on the chat. Baseball should feel like that every game, Hoch. It's a South American soccer atmosphere. Okay, have the South American soccer leagues play 162 matches a year. Have them play 162 matches a year and tell me if match 31 feels as exciting as match 161. And don't argue that it would, Solana, because it wouldn't.
I'm just saying you're down a year. You're downplaying the psychotic nature of South American soccer fans, because I think if my South American squad, Nacional, played Peñarol 162 times in a year, there would be 162 days of just pure anarchy in those stadiums. But I see you.
There would be sellouts, just like the Heat sold out 41 home games when the big three were here, and it was a tough ticket to get. But it did not feel like it felt like at Lone Depot Park last night. Certain games did, but a Monday night against the Timberwolves in the Big Three era, a Monday night against the Timberwolves, while it was fun to watch the Big Three, it did not feel like it did at Lone Depot Park last night. All I'm telling you. Anyway, I want to move on with our lives. Although I have nothing to move on to.
I fixed the NBA regular season, if you're interested.
Yeah, let's get to it later.
Didn't you try this a couple weeks back?
Yeah.
We'll get to it later. I can fix it as well. 20 games every 4 years.
The salary cap is going to go down, Hawk.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. I did say the Canes are going dancing. Joe Zagacki is going to join us this hour. We will talk some March Madness.
Let's just be upset about everything. I'm upset about the fact that the Canes are playing a 10 o'clock game on Friday against Mizzou in their home state.
It's ridiculous. I mean, just take Miami out of the tournament if you are so inclined to make them a losing first-round team, committee. And it's absurd. 10 after 10 on a Friday night? What are we doing here? And so, okay, it's 9-10 in St. Louis. Oh, big deal. I mean, they want these kids to stay up all night to play basketball? What are we doing here?
They played Virginia pretty early.
Yeah, that didn't look very good on what was it, Friday? That didn't look good. It was
maybe Zig with no Zag or something.
That was a thud to the finish of the ACC tournament.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
So much for this Jay Lucas as a prodigy. Can't even beat the Fighting Crotties. I mean,
beat them. How about just be in the game?
Goodness gracious. I was watching.
Speaking of collapses, has anybody watch what's going on with the UM baseball team? Oh my God! I mean, they're calling for what's the manager's name?
Jim Leland.
No, it's Gino DeMare, right? Isn't it Gino DeMare?
No, JD
Arteaga.
There you go.
What
how
happened?
long ago was Gino DeMare manager?
It probably was after they played the Gators, right? That's usually what happens.
That is when everything went south.
Jack.
The Gino DeMare.
Did they really give up 20 runs yesterday?
To Duke, I think, right?
Did that really happen? They gave up 20 runs in a game? You were pitching? I missed that one, Hawk. I didn't realize you were out there.
I wouldn't have given up 20 if I was throwing my heat out there.
gonna tell you, watching last night, they talking about all these big bats and all this. Them damn pitchers were dealing, boy. That big old white boy walked in and threw 102 miles per hour 8 times in a row.
And 2 was crazy. Lori even goes, how many times is this guy going to throw over 100 in a row?
They were like, oh, middle of the lineup, meat of the lineup. I said, yeah, they ain't going to hit that ball.
Wait till he throws one in the dirt and they call it a strike.
They play Wednesday.
Who?
UM baseball.
All right.
At FIU.
Are you having a different conversation?
Yeah, I am.
Jimmy got his earbud in during the show. Who are you talking
No, they
to?
play tomorrow. They play tomorrow. The Heat in Charlotte.
You having a different
That's
conversation?
correct because I'm working
All
it.
right. Okay.
Yeah, well, USA does play Wednesday as well. Excuse me, tomorrow.
So
Tonight,
confused.
Italy, who I love. I love the fact that they're taking shots of espresso. I love that they're doing the hand gestures. They're playing a semifinal against Venezuela at Lone Depot Park. The only problem is there are no true Italians on that Italian roster. It's all Americans from New Jersey and Staten Island.
I mean, I'm down with the espresso machine, but come on, a little gabagool during the 7th inning stretch or something. I mean, really lean into it. Let's have some gabagool.
Yeah.
By the way, it's another high-stakes World Baseball Classic showdown. The espresso energy of Team Italy against Ronald Acuna Jr., Javier Sanoja, representing Venezuela in a winner-take-all matchup to get beaten by the USA in the championship game. That's tonight at Lone Depot Park. Limited tickets are available at marlins.com/WBC. marlins.com/WBC.
Winner take all to lose? I've never.
Yeah, winner take all to match
heard
up
that.
and lose against Team USA.
And how'd you pronounce Venezuela?
Venezuela.
A lot of syllables.
Yeah,
A lot of syllables in that word.
a couple extra ones there.
Venezuela.
All right, here are your headlines. The Dolphins, they've made some moves. They keep signing players. They have added a new offensive lineman, Charlie Heck. Played with the Buccaneers last year.
Yeah.
Let me guess. 1 year, $2 million.
I mean, that's all they have. Really is.
Why don't you you send an email or something, Crowder? You'll take $1 million 1 year contract.
I got him 4th and
I know that
1.
he could show up for practice and travel and
Yeah, no, I don't do all that, coach. Call me on 4th and 1.
The Miami Heat, they did lose to the Magic on Saturday night, which was a tough loss. You had Tyler Norm back out there. The Heat kind of got hosed by a 5-second violation call. They're going to play the Hornets tomorrow. Big game, 7 p.m. in Charlotte.
all right.
The Florida Panthers did lose
Are
yesterday.
they still hot?
The Hornets?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went 2-2 on a West Coast swing. They're not the hottest team in the NBA anymore, but they're still playing well.
Somebody just drug him, though, didn't they?
The Clippers, I think.
I think the Clipper. Yeah, I was watching something on ESPN this morning.
But, bro, the Clippers are, like, legit beating everybody.
All of a sudden, like, what were they doing? Lying in wait?
It was the Spurs, by the way, not the Clippers. It was the Spurs who did
okay.
dominate them. At Wemby had 38, I think, but the Clippers they're still dominating everybody.
Crazy.
Because Kawhi only plays when he wants to.
Well, when he wants to, man, it is. You remember real quickly why Toronto was able to win a championship with just him.
100%.
Till he starts feeling a little bit of knee pain, and then he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Or a check doesn't clear for some Bobo company that he's doing endorsements for.
The Panthers did lose. They got rocked by the Kraken, 6-2. That ends a 3-game winning streak. kind of good for the Cats if you're on team. I want a top 10 pick, which is top 10 protected this year, but mathematically still not out of it. They're in Vancouver tomorrow, and then they'll play in Edmonton on Thursday, a rematch of the last two Stanley Cups.
You say mathematically like Hawk says Venezuela.
Venezuela?
Venezuela mathematically. Mathematically.
Mathematically.
There's two. There's no you adding the E.
Not.
Mathematically.
Mathematically.
Mathematic. There's no ha in the middle.
Math automatically. Don Mattingly. They play Wednesday. See, Justin Fields goes to the Chiefs.
Yeah. For a 6th rounder.
How about that, though? Like, you go from the Jets, and now you just get to go back up Patrick Mahomes and play for Andy Reid. That's not a bad gig.
No, not at all. That's a weird thing, though, because if Pat goes down, knock on wood, what is Justin Fields going to do?
Well,
I think it's inspired. I think it's great. Like, he'll win you 3 games. Justin Fields will win you 3 games. Sure, with his legs. Yeah.
They have to change the whole offense. He can't even see that many receivers.
Travis Kelce, you're good to go. And they're going to have Tyreek Hill on the roster. They're going to be loaded.
I don't know if you workshopped that take or not, but you had an answer ready to go. Like you were ready.
I was talking with DJ about it today.
Right.
He loves Justin Fields. He loves Justin Fields.
You told him to attach their horse to a funny carriage, boy. You taught your son a weird little dynamic about sports.
Crowder, you're saying if Mahomes goes down, he's down. Mahomes tore his ACL.
Right, but he won't be back at the start of the season.
He's not going to play this season.
But no, I think he'll play this season. But you think he'll be back week 1, week 2, week 3?
Isn't he the third stringer though, Justin Fields? Because didn't they re-sign someone else to be the backup, like just a week or so ago?
No, maybe, but the
I gotta
backup
look.
Last year was what's his name with the mustache? No, not Minshew, and then he got hurt as well.
Well, and he signed somewhere else,
right? With the Raiders, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Reid is a genius, but I'm telling you, you can't run Patrick Mahomes' offense with Justin Fields. Pat can go through 6 progressions. Justin Fields can't go through 1.5.
But he can extend a play like Patrick Mahomes.
He'll take off. Like if he has a packaging for him, that's what he do. I trust Andy that has a packaging for him, but there's no way the offense looks anywhere.
My greater
close
point was, how about Justin Fields going from the Jets to the Chiefs?
Yeah,
that's a pretty big, even though the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs this season, like pretty big upgrade.
Yeah.
By the way, their other quarterbacks are Chris Oladokun and Hainer. So that is the backup. Justin Fields will be the backup.
Guy's name is Hainer, just Hainer. Yeah, like one name guy, Hainer.
Jake Hainer. I felt like everybody knew who Jake Hainer was.
Plays Wednesday.
You got LeBron, you got MJ, you got Olajuwon, you got Hainer.
All right.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 83 degrees. Tonight, the lows, they're going to drop into the 70s. That is your weather.
Why are you giggling?
Just Wednesday was just a funny line from
it was
from
funny. It was really out of nowhere because we had moved on from the Hurricanes, I thought, and the only question I had asked about the Hurricanes was when was Gino DiMare last the manager? And then we started talking about something else, and then he just blurts out, they play Wednesday. But no one had asked if they play Wednesday. I wanted to know if Gino DiMare had been the manager recently, and he was just last year, I think, or 2 years ago. No one asked when they played, and we were talking about a different team at that.
Watch it, Hawk.
Watch it.
No. Listen, Jimmy.
I like his response better.
Listen, Jimmy.
Hey, during Joe Zagacki, during Joe Zagacki's segment, Jimmy, just at some point, I want you to open up your mic and blurt out, they play Wednesday. I don't care what Joe was talking about. At some point, just blurt out, they play Wednesday. Okay? Can you do that?
I could do it.
All right. That'll be great. Joe Zagacki is going to join us in the next segment. Championship Meet Energy is nonstop at Gulfstream Park with live racing every Thursday through Sunday and featured stakes races on Saturdays. And I remind you, Cirque du Soleil Lucia is currently playing at Gulfstream Park. Right now, it runs through April 25th. So you want to get your tickets, watch it under the big top. You can see tickets at gulfstreampark.com. Tickets for the 75th running of the Curlin Florida Derby are on sale now and moving fast. You can get those tickets online. You want to secure your spot today for South Florida's biggest race day of the year. That is Saturday, March 28th. Also Saturday, March 28th, starting at 6 p.m., Gulfstream Casino will be giving away a new Ford Maverick and a share of $20,000 in free play. You can earn entries for the new Ford truck all March long, including 5 times entries on Mondays. So you can get all your info. You can get those tickets. You can see the daily race entries as well. You can do it all at gulfstreampark.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Who would be interested in Abuela Danger? We're dancing. Exciting. Joe Zagacki's going to be dancing. Dude can dance, I bet, man.
Yeah, he can.
Got the loafers, the khakis.
Oh, killer two-step.
Killer two-step. Joe Zagacki's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, voice of the Miami Hurricanes. He will be on the call Friday night, 10 p.m., as the Canes play Mizzou, round 1 of March Madness. Now, Joe, speak on this, please, because the Canes are a slight favorite, but Mizzou happens to be a very good team, and this is essentially a home game for them. This is a very tough round 1 for the Canes, no?
I don't know how Missouri is a number 10 seed and gets an arena that they play some of their games in, and is 2 hours from their campus. And Miami's the number 7 seed and is playing at 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, so that's a little odd to me, but that's all right. Missouri's lost 3 in a row, lost 4 of their last 6, so it's not exactly like they've got a ton of momentum going into the game. And the University of Miami's played in front of a lot of large, hostile crowds this season, and I think their players like it. And it's an experienced group that's played games in the ACC. They've played games in the Big 12. They've played games in the Big 10. So I don't think it's going to particularly affect them that much.
But, Joe, you brought up both of the things, being almost a home game for Missouri and also being a 10 o'clock game at night. Which one of those two are a bigger problem for you with this scheduling?
Yeah, I just feel like giving Missouri a 10 seed, I don't know why they're rewarded for that location. That kind of bothers me a little bit, not because they're going to have a great crowd, but they probably will. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I just feel like you just rewarded a team that you just gave them all the advantage. It's a bus ride in for them. They're in the same time zone. It's going to be an hour difference for Miami. So, yeah, I feel like they slanted it toward Missouri, and really shouldn't be that way. But, again, it's another slap in the face of the University of Miami for some reason by the NCAA.
Always getting jobbed. We're always getting jobbed. Joe, you can say it. It doesn't matter what sport, doesn't matter the situation. If they can screw Miami, they're going to screw Miami.
Yeah, I couldn't say it any better.
But Joe, and
do my dirty work for me.
I'll write your monologue for Friday night if you want.
I don't want to disagree here with some very proud Hurricanes fans, but can't Mizzou make a claim that it's them getting jobbed when their former associate head coach is now on the Miami Hurricane staff, and there's a former Mizzou player who plays for the Miami Hurricanes? I mean, there's 2 former Missouri University members on the Hurricanes right now preparing for this matchup.
What are you talking about?
Okay, Solana, I'm going to try to be patient with this, okay?
Go ahead, Joe. Be patient with it. But the idea that
I don't know if I can be patient
Solana,
with this, Joe.
That you're outraged.
They play Wednesday.
Alex, I'm going to tell you before you embarrass yourself more, stop.
It's Alejandro, Joe.
Alejandro, stop. Okay, number 1, C.Y. Young is the assistant coach for Miami. Did spend a year with Dennis Gates, who was an assistant coach at Florida State, who is now the head coach at Missouri. If that's an advantage for Miami, that's fine. That's good. But Marcus Allen is not playing. He did go to Missouri. He's sitting out this season. He is going through he has an illness and has not played since maybe you see they wear T-shirts that say Allen Strong. So Marcus is going through some things right now. Perhaps he'll be there to supply moral support, but he can't help them play in the game.
I realize that. I was just making the point, Joe. No, I do. I
don't think you do.
I'm very familiar with the story, and I'm also very
familiar. You're familiar with Mizzou basketball?
That either of those two make.
I tried to help you with the story at Miami,
Yeah.
Alejandro.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just stop.
My point, Joe, was only that the playing field isn't as skewed towards Mizzou as we believe just because the game's being played in Missouri. That's all I was trying to point out. I realize that the Canes don't actually have an advantage because of their ties to Missouri.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How do you do this every day?
This one is exasperating.
I mean,
I mean,
a position where you are wrong. It makes no sense.
Wrong. Yeah, it literally makes no sense.
And you won't let it go.
It
Stop.
makes no sense. It
No
is
sense.
nonsensical. He brought up a nonsensical point. It wasted all our time. It reminds me of the first segment of today's show when he compared last night's final punch-out in the World Baseball Classic that sent USA to the championship and the Dominican Republic home. It reminded him of his most recent pickleball game.
Thoughts, Joe?
I don't even want to begin to hear that story. All I know is that final pitch of the game last night was unhittable and a beautiful pitch, and it was a call strike 3, exactly the way it should have been. If the Dominican Republic has a problem with it, he should have swung the bat.
Interesting. That's funny that you say that because John Ruth from the Sports Hall of Fame and Museum texted me the same thing when we were talking about it earlier. He's like, "Hey, don't go down looking in that situation." But I mean, that Joe, if replay existed like it does in MLB, I mean that thing is not. That thing might be 2 balls, not just one.
Looked like a wiffle ball to me, but he's a good hitter. Perdomo, he's a great hitter. He should have swung the bat.
What was the strike zone? Mini-me or Perdomo? Joe, it was on the ground, Joe. Let's get after it. Joe, okay. Well, now Solana upset you, so I'll just keep going. What happened against Virginia, man? Because I watched the game. I was saying to Joe, 20 points. That didn't even look like the same team that I watched the night before.
Yeah, it didn't look like the same team that I've watched all season long. I think it was probably their worst performance of the season in every category. I thought it was their worst performance in effort, worst performance in execution. It was not to the standard that they played to all season long. They couldn't make a shot. They did not defend very well. The end of the first half, you could kind of feel like it was about 2.5, 3 minutes to go. It was like, can Miami weather this storm? Because Virginia's right on the verge of taking command. And then Virginia I think they made a 3. And then Donaldson had the ball taken away from him. And Mowry for Virginia went down, hit a 3-pointer right as the clock was expiring. That wasn't a good look. Later in the game, Mowry dribbled into the lane. He dribbled out of the lane. He dribbled into the corner. He turned around, took a 3-pointer and made. It was like, anybody going to defend this guy? And then the big guy, Onienso, when he went into the game, he made a huge difference. Miami just didn't have any answer for him. Turned the ball over, I think 3 or 4 times. Donaldson and Uday tried to connect on, I'm going to call them complicated plays. Sometimes it's better to just keep it simple. And they went for the home run play instead of the simple play. All 4 times it turned into a turnover. So it was not a good effort. Not good execution, got outplayed, out everything in that game. And, it was kind of hard to watch.
What did Jay Lucas say after the game?
About the same thing.
Yeah. Was he disappointed in the effort?
I think he was very disappointed in the effort. He was disappointed in that Miami has played to a certain level all season long, and they didn't reach that level. They established what their standard is. They've established what they established their identity, and they did not play to their identity at all. And they were not gritty. They were not the more physical team. They weren't the tougher team. They couldn't get into the paint. And they just seemed to have lost. They got frustrated. It seemed to me they got frustrated, lost their patience in terms of trying to get into the paint. As we mentioned on Friday, they averaged 40-plus points a game in the paint. Didn't come close to that against Virginia. And they allowed Virginia to play their game, and Miami never got into theirs.
hopefully that's not a harbinger of what's to come in the tournament. But what do they need to do Friday night against Mizzou? Who needs to do what in order for them to? Look at a beautiful day out there. The Zagacki household. There's like a robin chirping in the background, or is that a cardinal?
Yeah.
I mean, it's what a delightful.
You hear that, dude?
Yeah, what a delightful
Yeah.
afternoon you're spending. What are you on the?
Yeah.
You on the lanai sipping an Aperol spritz?
On the patio. I got to get ready for the game on the patio, so I'm looking out the pool.
That's nice. Is that where you do your preparation?
No, normally I do it in my home office, but I thought I'd get out of the house here for a couple of minutes.
Hawk, I've been telling you, move to Davie, brother. I've been telling him Joey needs to move to Davie.
Lots of room.
I mean,
lots of space.
I can't compete with the likes of Crowder and Zagacki in my neighborhood. I got to keep it low profile, like where I am. So, what
Lots
do
of
they need?
space. Well,
what do they
first
need to do Friday, though? Like, who needs to do what in order for them to advance?
They need to protect the ball. Missouri averages 6 steals a game, so they're always going after the ball. They're trying to get into their offense by creating it out of their defense. So protect the ball would be one. Turnovers. There are times where Miami goes where stretches in games where they have too many turnovers on plays, to me, that seem to be too complicated. Just make the simple play. They've got to avoid a bad 4 to 8 minutes. You have a bad 4 or 8 minutes in the tournament, you're done. You're going home. That's what they learned the other day. They had a bad 4 minutes at the end of the half. Game was over. So they have to avoid that empty 4-minute period. Then Donaldson and Renew. Those two guys got to get back to doing what they do best, and that's Malik Renew being tough and physical in the paint. And when the double team or triple team arrives, then be smart. Get the ball out to somebody, spray the ball out on the perimeter so somebody can either redrive the ball into the paint or they're open for three. And Donaldson, got to say, had foul trouble. He had 2 fouls in the first half, so he was in and out of the game and never got to a consistent performance against Virginia. And then the kid for Missouri, Mitchell's averaging about 18 or 19 points per game. They've got to make it tough on him, make his shots contested, and don't allow him to take the game over.
Yeah, he looks legit, Joe. I saw 18 and 5 per game. But is Mizzou, are they great? Because they do have wins, not great, but are they legit good? Because they have wins over Kentucky and UF, Joe, which, that stands out to me when I was just looking at their schedule. But then they lost 4 of their next 6 games, like against very winnable SEC opponents, most of them. So I can't figure out, like, are they good? Did something happen? Did Mitchell kind of maybe lose some quality over the stretch of the regular season towards the end? Because to beat Kentucky and Florida is very impressive, but then to lose those next couple, and then I think they lost 4 of their last 7 before the SEC tournament.
Normally when you see that kind of inconsistency that we see with Missouri, there is something more to it. Something internal with their team. Maybe one guy's taking all the shots, everybody else doesn't like that. But when you see the inconsistencies like that, it means they can play really good on a particular night, or they might not show up at all. Miami's been very consistent for most of the season, except for the other night against Virginia. But to answer your question, Solana, without completely diving into Missouri just yet, I would say they've got 3 players in double figures. I would say that inconsistency is coming from relying on one person or 2 people too often. And sometimes that inconsistency can be your shot's not falling, you've gone cold, you're relying on jump shots. And they, as I mentioned, they do rely on their defense. So when teams protect the ball and don't give them extra opportunities and extra possessions, I think it makes it a little more difficult on Missouri. And then I would say, I think it was 2 years ago, Missouri had a very good season. I think last year they had a down year. So this year kind of trying to rebuild it. Probably a flawed team. A lot of experts had them as the last 4 in. Some were surprised that they got the 10 seed. And as Solana mentioned, they've lost 4 of their last 6. So not playing their best right now.
Joe
Probably some weaknesses that Miami can exploit.
Joe Zagacki will be on the call Friday night here on 104.3 FM WQAM. It is a 10:10 p.m. tip-off and potentially could actually tip off a little bit later, depending on the game before it. When is the team traveling to St. Louis?
Tell Jimmy to turn his microphone and say they play Wednesday.
He did a good job with that earlier in the interview.
We leave Wednesday. Leave Wednesday.
And are you a fan of St. Louis ribs?
You know, I haven't been to St. Louis in a long time, so I don't know. I guess I'll find out.
But I mean, they have St. Louis ribs everywhere. Like you can get either baby back ribs or St. Louis ribs, and I'm not a huge fan of St. Louis ribs.
Well, I'm not a gigantic ribs fan.
Oh.
So I don't know if it matters to me if they're St. Louis ribs or Texas ribs.
Because the baby back ribs, they're like that's the more traditional rib, right, Crowder? Like the St. Louis ribs are real big, aren't they?
Yeah, well, the baby back ribs are more traditional for rich people because they're double the price. St. Louis ribs.
St. Louis ribs?
Yeah, St. Louis ribs are the cheaper ones. Baby back ribs got that big piece of meat on the back. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not so certain.
I thought St. Louis ribs were fattier, which would make them like they're meatier.
No,
well,
they're not.
Definitely bigger.
They're bigger, but there's less meat. The baby back is the top by the spine, so there's more muscle there. So there's more meat on the rib.
Yeah, I'm not so certain.
How the hell you? Sorry, Joe.
I don't know.
I'm going to ask Claude. I'm going to ask Claude. Hold on.
Look,
hold on.
If I go to a restaurant, I just go for steak.
That's a good move. Let me say here.
You
What
can't
is
mess
the
that up too
difference
much.
between baby back ribs and St. Louis ribs?
So baby back ribs are cut from higher up on the rib cage, closer to the spine, and they're smaller and more curved. St. Louis ribs are cut from the belly side and are more rectangular, a bit meatier overall. Baby backs cook faster because they're thinner, while St. Louis ribs tend to have more fat and connective tissue, so they benefit from slower cooking.
I mean, you're both kind of right.
Why do you have the voice and why do you have your voice set for British?
It's not. Is that how you heard it? There was a southern drawl, Joe. What did you hear?
You sound British to me.
What? You all right?
British, Joe.
Have you been drinking?
No, it sounds like you have your voice thing set for English.
You sound like you're from London. That was on all weekend long. I must have watched that movie 14 times this weekend. Joe Zagacki, he will be on the call Friday night. Canes dancing in March Madness. Friday night, you'll hear it here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Safe travels, Joe.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go. Joe Zagacki, take a break. Come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Woke up this morning, got me some gabagool. Then I woke up the next day and got some gabagool.
We back at it with the steady hot man Crowder and Solana. 305 cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next. Always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right. Talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like the Matt Mervis bomb of power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour.
I'm ready.
Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour.
Here I am.
Get ready for that 3 o'clock.
We're all ready for that 3 o'clock. We work our way towards Friday, really. I mean, you got games this week, obviously, Panthers and Heat. And Friday, though, the March Madness tournament will be the one we're keeping our eyes on, see if the Hurricanes can advance to round 2. Now, I saw a tweet from Joe Shad from the Palm Beach Post. Here are some of the scheduled dead cap hits for the Dolphins, and you can extrapolate this however you want. This can be a referendum on Chris Greer's tenure, or it could be something else. I don't know what else it would be, but this is pretty much what it means to me. Here are some of the 2026 Dolphins dead cap hits. Tua, $55.4 million. Tyreek Hill, $28.2 million. Jalen Ramsey, $20.9 million. Minkah Fitzpatrick, $13 million. Bradley Chubb, $11 million. Teron Armstead, $10.7 million. And I was looking at some of the responses when Joe had tweeted this, and someone was saying, wait a second, someone retires and you get a dead cap hit for years? And yes, you do. If someone retires, gets traded, gets waived, there's dead cap hits for all those scenarios. James Daniels, $4.8 million. Zach Wilson, $3.8 million. Alec Ingold, $2 million. Jonnu Smith, $1.7 million. And Nick Westbrook-Akine, $1.6 million. I think what it says also is, and what a great time to, be a new general manager and a new head coach. It shows you just how much leeway they have, Sully and Halfley, shows you how much leeway they have to model the team in a way that they desire. Because to take all that money in dead cap hits, some of that is self-inflicted, some of it is beyond your control, but some of it is self-inflicted. Is Stephen Ross saying to them, hey, I'm not going to cripple you by forcing you to eat any contract. I can't remember who was on with us last week. Oh, maybe it was Ben Volen, who said a lot of owners, Stephen Ross, would have mandated to the new GM and the new head coach, hey, you're going to keep Tua because we're paying him this much money and it's that much against the cap. You're just going to keep him for a year and see what happens. And Ben Volen was saying, to his credit, he didn't give them that mandate. You see all the dead cap money that they're eating here. It is a testament to just how much they want to revamp things here in Miami.
Yeah. And I was on that track with the Tua thing, which I don't think he has any future here, but I was like, we're paying him so much, just keep him around. I was protecting Stephen Ross's money when Stephen Ross was saying, to your point, let's reset. I was doing quick math while you were reading the numbers. $150 million in dead cap. Where it could have been a lot of those people, Stephen Ross was like, we're just not paying people not to be here. That doesn't make any sense. Where you want to reset, let's reset everything. And you said it, if we want to extrapolate anything, a lot of these were terrible contracts.
Yeah.
Terrible. Tua was a terrible contract, re-signing him. The bringing in Minkah and then now releasing him and all the stuff they did with him without restructuring while he was here. I always had a problem from the beginning with Bradley Chubb's money. A lot of these were bad contracts, and that's why I think Chris Grier was the first domino to go, because this is not the sexiest thing to talk about, but this was the weakest side of the big three, was how Chris Grier was dealing with this money.
And even, by the way, like James Daniels, that's costing them $5 million against the cap. They didn't have to get rid of him, but they are saying, hey, yeah, we're better without him than we are with them, and we'll eat $5 million because of it.
If McDaniels is still here, Minka's still here.
Oh, a lot of those guys are still here.
Yeah, but we brought him in. Even Minka, we know, we joked about it. No reports, but Minka did not want to be here. Minka didn't want to be here the first damn time. We ended up bringing him back, and he still didn't want to be in this damn place. Let's clear house. Let's get people that want to be here. It's a reset. They went all the way down to the foundation, and now they're letting – and we were talking about Tua being a staircase, an expensive staircase in the middle of a nice house that you got to tear down. They tore down the staircase. Sully, Halfley, this is your new foundation. Build a championship team off this foundation. I love it, but it's going to be some growing pains with having to pay $150 million to people that aren't on your roster.
Kind of reminds me of, in a way, like you're talking about the stairs, right? That they had to ultimately knock down. It kind of reminds me of like Inter Miami. They had ideas for this brand new stadium, and the stadium's coming. Well, they never got the stadium. So what they have to do, they had to turn literally Jurassic Park into Chase Stadium where they played at. And that became their home for a little bit. But then now they're getting their stadium. I know it sounds silly, but really the Dolphins, this is what they have to do for the next year, maybe 2 years, until they can finally start spending money again like some of the other free agent teams. And I think it's the right thing that they're doing, by the way. Like all these low budget moves other than Malik Willis, and just get back into a place where you can start spending money like the Saints.
I mean, that's what they're doing, obviously. Yeah. It's like, hey, we're going to take a mulligan on 2026. And I know Solana has a little bit of excitement over the roster. I don't as much. But Solana thinks there could be an upside surprise there. And I imagine, listen, most sports fans, I mean, I'll get around to it as well. I'll feel that way at the end of August. The end of August, I'll see all of a sudden some.
Once the schedule comes out, 17.
Yeah, 17-0. Like, but I do think that there is a prevailing thought around that building, which is nothing needs to happen in 2026 other than a reset of this organization to get it back on proper footing for 2027. I don't think there's any other goal in mind.
We've used this analogy. It's bar rescue.
Yeah.
They brought in the bar rescue guy. They're not becoming a $1 billion bar tomorrow. They have to take the plan and implement it over time, and now you can work into something. So, yes, they are hamstrung by all this money taken. They're hamstrung by Tua. And Solana, you just said there are a lot of cheap signings other than Malik Willis. In this day and age, $22 million a year is in the 20s of quarterbacks. So it wasn't really a ballpark, knock it out the park, big signing. Yeah. It was just, let's bring a guy in for 2 years, 45, see what he can do. So all these contracts, I joke because everything's going to be 1 year, $2-3 million because that's all they got. But even Malik Willis it's not a franchise changing or hindering after 2 years contract at all.
Wait, so who's John Taffer in this situation? Is it Sully? Is it Halfley? Or is it Troy Aikman? Because he's apparently part of this organization, but nobody knows what the hell he's doing anymore.
He's sticking around. Awful Announcing had this story this morning that Troy Aikman says that, yeah, this is like satiating a need for him that he's had for a while, which is to be part of a front office. But does Stephen Ross know this? I'm being totally serious. Like, I haven't heard this from anyone other than Troy Aikman.
You remember the wolf off Pulp Fiction? You only call him when
he's always on retainer.
Yeah, he's on retainer. You only call him when you need him, and he comes and solves the problem for you.
Now, please, pretty please, with sugar on top, go get me
clean the effing car.
This is what it says in Awful Announcing. Troy Aikman isn't done with the Miami Dolphins. Appearing on the Rodeo Time podcast, the ESPN Monday Night Football analyst said he plans to continue working with the organization in some capacity after consulting on both their GM and head coaching searches this offseason. The experience, he said, scratched an itch he'd been carrying for a long time. Aikman said the idea of working in an NFL front office had always been his assumed next step after playing, more appealing to him than coaching, which he ruled out early because of the hours. Coaches grind through 16, 17, 18-hour days during the season and barely see their families. And when he retired, he had just gotten married and was starting to have daughters. I felt that would have been really selfish on my part because I didn't have to do it, Aikman said. A front office role felt more compatible with the life he wanted, but then came a divorce when his daughters were still young and he found himself a single father. Pursuing a front office position would have meant pulling away from them at exactly the wrong time. By the time his youngest graduated from high school in 2021, the window had theoretically reopened, but by then Aikman was just getting settled in at ESPN after leaving Fox and enjoying the work in a way that made the front office feel less necessary. I liked my life, he said. Then the Dolphins called. As they covered in January, Miami brought Aikman on as a consultant, blah, blah, blah. I don't know of anything that's been announced by the Dolphins other than Aikman talking about this on the podcast. And I wonder if it's kind of like, yeah, I'm still getting these direct deposit checks every couple of weeks from Stephen Ross and the Miami Dolphins. So I think I'm part of the front office, just not certain what I do, but I'll keep taking the deposits as long as they're giving them.
Troy dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah.
Should have said nothing.
Because Marcellus Wallace doesn't talk about Winston Wolf. Winston Wolf doesn't talk about Marcellus Wallace. Yeah, I don't think Troy knows his place in this whole cog.
Yeah, I think Troy Aikman and I have just lost a lucrative front office deal that he wasn't part of.
Because notice he doesn't talk about, I read an article in The Athletic where he doesn't necessarily talk about any of his responsibilities with the Dolphins. He's playing it very coy about what his role is. And he says it's been awesome. He's blessed to do what he's doing, 25 years along with Buck on broadcasting, which doesn't happen. It's been awesome. I don't know how much longer that will go. Hopefully a long time. But yeah, life's good right now. Well, yeah. I mean, if you broadcast one game a week and you have a front office job that requires absolutely nothing for you to do, yeah, I mean, that signs
nothing for you to do.
Up.
The guy fired our general manager and coach. Nobody was going to do that. He came in. This guy was John Taffer. He really was. You think if I invoiced the Dolphins, like just sent out, Mark Hochman Productions and invoiced them consulting work, you think I might get paid? Is that illegal? Is that illegal to invoice someone for work you didn't do?
Oh, I think
if
that's
I
illegal.
talk about it, though, it is illegal. If I talk about it, though, on the air, could that be considered? In my opinion, I'm consulting for the Dolphins. They may not be listening to me, and they may not have asked me to consult because they haven't. What if I just fire off texts to the Dolphins front office? I've got all these contacts. If I just fire off texts with ideas, could I then invoice them for consulting, even though they didn't ask for it?
Text that more.
We text that like a couple ideas, or just
text him the whole idea, because I know it's gonna be some cuss words coming back in that return.
Text him the idea of invoicing them, or just text him some unsolicited ideas to make the team better, so then I can actually invoice them.
Just ideas, whatever you think can fix things.
Yeah.
How would I fix things?
But don't
First,
don't
you got to bring in the brownies. You got to bring in the brownies that Inter Miami offers.
Okay, so soccer brownies, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Number one.
Brownies, change the brownie situation.
Uniforms. Back to the
uniforms. Suggestion number 2: go back to the old logo.
Right. Win more games.
Win more games. I'd like to be more specific. Like that seems very general.
Say old school. Take it back old school. They have too many amenities over there.
Right. Too many. You're getting high grades constantly by the NFLPA. You want low grades. You know what high grades gets you? Fat and happy. You
7 and 10.
Who are fat and happy. 7
they
and 10.
Slide in the locker room.
Yeah. Right.
Cut off the slide.
Yeah.
Make every player Uber Eats their own lunch in.
Take out the PlayStation 5, put in Atari 2600.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Like, go back to the roots.
Yeah. Football.
These are some good ideas. I'm going to
play the noise.
More. What do you think I then invoice them for consulting work?
Million.
Million?
Yeah.
Just straight up million.
Cool meal.
Cool. I'll actually invoice that. One cool meal. All right, let's get the headlines here for the 3 o'clock hour, brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen or DurrellVolkswagen.com.
I was going to say, Hoch, I mean, to me, you've been consulting for Funky Buddha for years. I mean, Hoch Chose was an excellent.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it was
another organization that doesn't listen to me.
Well, maybe try this out on a bit of a smaller company, Funky Buddha.
Oh, all right.
Test it out, see if you go to prison or not.
So I'm just going to send Ryan. Can't you like send somebody a Venmo bill?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think or even like an Apple Pay. Like
yeah, request.
Yeah. What should I request?
Cool meal.
Like, you just go for it, huh? You go for it. You don't tickle anybody, huh? You just go for it.
No reason to play around with this. This proposition.
No foreplay with this guy.
Nope.
Right for the meat and potato. This is a good chat here. Make the alumni like Crowder pay for their own tickets. No suites.
We do. I don't.
Wait a second. When you say we do, now, if you need 4 tickets for a friend, you're going to get invoiced for it.
Yes.
But if you want to come to the game, they're going to put you in a suite.
Yeah. No, you can sit in the suite with other people, but they give you 2 free tickets. And like, I have a family of 5. So if I get 5 for, me and the 3 kids and Asia, you got to pay for the other 3.
Would that be the same for, say, like Mark Clayton?
Yes.
He'd have to pay for his tickets.
Yep. There's first come, first serve.
Jason Taylor.
Yes. But okay. Well, let me tell you
let
me tell you the end. I'm gonna release the information to you guys. I can get my free 2 tickets from the Dolphins, and then I can call one of my friends that have suites somewhere else and get a couple from here and from there, and then piece them together. But just a normal guy just comes from out of town to a Dolphin game that played here for a year or 2. He gets 2 free tickets.
But I'm talking about the super upper echelon, Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor calls Nat Moore and says, I need 6 for Monday night. You're telling me Nat Moore is going to send him a bill? This is Jason Taylor.
Yeah, I believe so. But JT can also call Stephen Ross. I can't call Stephen Ross. I always tell y'all I wish I was better at football. I don't know what Dan Marino does in that building. He gets paid too.
Oh, he's got that suite that he sits in with Garfinkel and Ross. I think that's his job. Right. You sit here in this suite.
And I think he has your salary. Cool meal.
But hold on a second, Crowder. You said, of a random Dolphins player who played a year or 2 can call up and get tickets. And I don't know, as a Dolphins fan, I'm not too comfortable with that. Somebody like you played 5-6 years. You're a fan favorite. I'm cool with that. But there should be some sort of like standard for how long you played and how many tickets you can get. James Daniels played 4 snaps. You're telling me 8 years from now, James Daniels can call up and say, hey, I want 2 tickets, and they're going to hook him up? He's not even a Dolphin.
Is that a Dolphins rule or is that a league rule?
Oh, I don't know for sure. I think it's a Dolphins rule. But the Dolphins, like we were talking about earlier, they do everything top notch in the league. So our alumni is treated like for me, listening to other people, our alumni is treated way better than other teams' alumni.
But like if Josh Rosen reaches out to the Dolphins and says, I'm coming to Sunday's game, I mean, might they be 300 level though? You don't have to put Josh Rosen in the club level, do you?
They have an overflow area as well, which is in the stands. It's an overflow area, but they still get 2 tickets. Huck, there were guys I've been to the alumni suite, and guys come up to me and say, "What's up, Crowder?" I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you." And they would say, "I played with you," and I don't even remember them. There's an alumni suite, there's an overflow suite, and then there's the overflow seats that they have too. They're gonna listen, Solana. You can set up all the rules you want. If you play for the Dolphins, you're gonna get you a couple tickets.
David Boston. Preston Williams. Yeah.
2 tickets.
Yeah.
And some Nugenics.
Yes. 6 to 1 half doesn't do enough.
But that just makes no sense. Like Devontae Parker, I'm cool with that, man. Get him some tickets. Get him as many as you want.
What about like Rex Hadnot?
Yeah, he was here long enough.
See, there's some guys that people listen right now. They don't know who Rex Hadnot is. Rex Hadnot started for the Dolphins for like 7 years.
Yeah, he was here. I'm talking about like flash in the pan, Ray Lucas.
Well, Dolphins legend, Hoch.
Really?
Eddie Moore.
Hey, Rex had not started all 16 games on that 1-15 team.
Hey, Rex can play ball now. Him and Vern play next to each other. He used to talk trash and then turn around to Vern when people got mad at him.
Thurman Thomas.
He has Hall of Fame tickets.
So he can go to any game? Because
I don't know how that works.
For the Dolphins for what? Did he even last? Chris Carter. Chris Carter was here for one season. It was very unremarkable.
You get your request in on email. I don't want to give the lady's name out. She's my friend. You get your request in to her on time. You're getting your 2 tickets.
Huh. Fascinating.
Do you remember a guy named Tuff Harris?
The safety.
Tuff Harris. Yeah. Played on the 1-15 team. He played a total of 2 seasons. He played 1 game for the Dolphins that year, and then he played 6 games for the Titans the following year. That's it. That's his NFL career. You're telling me he 1 game he played with the Dolphins in a 2-year NFL career. You're telling me he could call the Miami Dolphins today and request 2 tickets and sit in the suite?
I am going to go to the alumni game in 2026. There's going to be 15 guys in there that I've never met in my life. Never heard of, never heard their name or seen them. They're going to be in there with their wife or one of their buddies sitting and utilizing a space.
Tuff Harris, though.
He wasn't very good. I don't think we got along. I remember his name, though.
How many NFL games did he play in his entire career, Solana?
9.
9 games. Now, do you think if his name was Pete Harris, he would have played in any NFL game? Like, he only got 9 games because his name happened to be Tough, right?
So that was who was the GM before Ireland? I forget.
Ooh.
Wasn't the guy that went to the Lions, was it?
The big crazy looking dude like Cousin Lurch?
Yeah.
Might have been him. Anyway, they see Tough and say, we got to sign him.
That's what I was
Matt
thinking.
Miller. So, hey, this is Tuff Harris. He got to be a hell of a player. He got to be tough.
It's just a memorable name. Like you're like, oh, who should we cut? Who should we keep? Pete Harris? How about Tuff Harris? Yeah, you know what? Let's keep him.
Let's give Tuff a shot.
Yeah, telling you.
Storm Duck's getting his run.
That's why I'm telling you. You got a crazy, wacky name. Plays to your advantage.
I think it does.
I think it does.
It is an accomplishment. Like you're downplaying his 9 NFL starts. He did start in the NFL for 9 games, if you want to say it the other way.
Oh, listen, I'm just goofing around. You make an NFL practice squad, you're still at the upper echelon of anyone who plays that game in their lives.
I think I'm talking to this guy that really believes he would have been in NFL if he tried.
Who, me?
You. Yeah,
He's so delusional about everything about himself. He always has something to say. Like today, we were texting about something. He dropped, I was, what was he? He was honors student in theology. Like he's such a con artist on everything. He's always all American, honorable this, honors roll that. But in the meantime, we've seen him. He is a broken down 30-year-old who doesn't have much athletic ability and got waitlisted at UCF. So I'm not certain how all these accolades add up.
Think about what he tells his fiance. Yeah, they were begging me to come out for the football and soccer team, But I just didn't have enough time because I was in theology class.
Yeah, I really wanted to focus on theology.
May the Lord be with you both.
Spoken like a true theologian.
And also with you.
I think they changed that, by the way, Jimmy. I think it's
I know.
Also with your spirit.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, you say God is good all the time, and the response is all the time.
God is good.
See, Hoch knows. Y'all don't know. See,
no. Tough hairs, man.
Barely knew.
Are you ever going to get through headlines or no?
Well, are you going to call for headlines?
I already did the sponsor. I called for him. I did the sponsor.
Okay. I was just waiting for like a transition from you. That's all.
Well, I don't know how much more I could transition to headlines by saying time for headlines brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen and reading the sponsor. I kind of feel like I transitioned as well as could have been done.
Okay. I'll get the headlines then.
All right.
Canes Hoops. They did get the 7th seed in the West region. All right, here's the deal. They're going to play on True TV Friday night, 10 o'clock or 10 p.m., which will probably start like 20 minutes after that, depending on what happens before. Yeah.
Terrible. The only good news is I'll be able to catch most of On Patrol live because that ends at 11. So actually, it ends at midnight. No, I take that back. Damn. Right in the middle of On Patrol live Friday night.
I watched 2 Unsolved Mysteries today. Pretty good stuff. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I don't like the unsolved mysteries. I like solved mysteries.
But those aren't solved because it says at the end, innocent till proven guilty.
No. Sometimes sometimes completely solved. You watch Dateline, it's solved, man. Unsolved mysteries, literally unsolved in the title. I ain't gonna waste my time. Yeah, you didn't come up with an ending? Okay.
Husband did it.
Husband
always does it.
But it's not solved. You don't know.
But now you get so much information. Now you can
I
extrapolate.
just have never understood that because Dateline should essentially be called Solved Mysteries. And so people actually make the choice to watch unsolved mysteries over solved mysteries. When you could watch either, there's, a zillion episodes of any. It'd be like watching House Hunters and choosing the episodes where they don't show you which house they bought. Oh, those are the ones I want to watch. I want to determine which house they bought.
You get all the information and figure it out in your mind. And then at the end, they say, if you have any information on Alicia Alabi's, murder, please contact solve.org.
Dateline doesn't ask me to do their work for them. They do the work. They come up with the conclusion. They follow police departments that actually can solve the crime. This one's like, hey, now we're going to need your help. You're going to need my help. I don't ask you for your help.
I do like Forensic Files, though. Guys always spit on the floor right when they kill somebody. Why do you spit on the floor right next to killing somebody?
Just killed this person. Where can I put this stick of dentine gum? I'm just going to put it right here.
That's what I wanted to do.
You watched 2 episodes?
Clip my nails somewhere. I'm going to do it now, though, right next to this body.
On a Wednesday.
Well done.
You watched 2 episodes of Unsolved Mysteries before the show today? 2?
2 this morning, 45 minutes apiece.
That's insane, man.
Insane behavior.
That's insane.
What?
Because like Unsolved Mysteries is a show you watch at night or on like a weekend morning. Maybe you watch it.
It's totally a night show. That is a night show while scrolling on Twitter. Like no one on earth. You and Grandma Faye are watching Unsolved Mysteries on a Monday morning before work.
Why do y'all put times and dates on everything you can do?
I can't bring myself to watch a show in the day when I've got work to do later in the day. Like it just it doesn't feel right.
Right.
Well, it clears my mind, gets me ready.
Jalen Phillips on Good Morning Football. 4 years, $120 million. Holy mackerel.
I'd forgotten he quit football. You guys remember that?
Yeah, he
Quit
was injured.
football.
Yeah.
I think he was at UCLA or he was in a California school before he came to Miami. And he came to UM. He transferred here and then had an injury. He quit football. He's like, yeah, I'm done. And then basically they convinced him to give it another go. Now he's earned $120 million on top of his previous contract.
Wow. He has good friends or mentors.
Yeah. Whoever
Jay,
talked him into not quitting better get a little piece snapped off of that 120.
What's going on? You frustrated? Get your big ass back out there and start working out. Hell wrong with you?
Imagine how frustrated you're going to be when your post truck runs out of gas in the middle of your route.
My ankle sore. Get your big ass up.
All right, Canes Hoops will play against Missouri, the 10 seed. Canes get the 7 seed. That's on Friday. The
Canes
World
are
Baseball
2-point
Classic.
favorites, last I saw, by the way.
World Baseball Classic, the other semifinals tonight. Venezuela plays Italy, 8 p.m. That game's on Fox. Winner plays Team USA tomorrow.
Tickets still available. Marlins.com/WBC.
I might get some tickets.
I think you should.
I'll get beat up.
By who? My fiance?
You already got beat up at the soccer game with your dad.
Yeah.
Now let's not act like this isn't precedented.
Canes 1.5-point favorites now on the Hard Rock app.
All right, guys. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 83 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. That's your weather.
Play a quick round of Who Got Funky in the next segment, so do not go anywhere.
Daily fantasy players, I am talking to you. Price Picks, they've changed the game, and I've been telling you about Price Picks now for the past couple of weeks, and I really do. I have the app open right now. I really do not. I don't go a day without checking the Price Picks app and setting a lineup on the Price Picks app. It's just so simple. Plus, with the code I'm offering you, it's a no-brainer. If you love daily fantasy, you love to turn your hot takes into cash, then download the Prize Picks app right now. Use my code Solana. You're going to get $50 worth of lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And if you're thinking, what the hell is a lineup? This sounds complicated. I'm going to show you right now. Pull out the Prize Picks app. Very simple to create an account. Use my code, and then you're going to put $5 on a lineup. 2 to 6 players, and you're predicting their stat projections. So you're picking more or you're picking less on points, or it could be rebounds, or it could be assists, and that's just basketball. Plus, the tournament is coming up as well. Prize Picks, it's going to be the spot you want to be at for the entire tournament. But basketball tonight, Cooper Flag. Rebounds and assists, it's set at 11.5. You pick more or you pick less. Whatever you think, you pick 2 to 6 players, you predict their their projections, and you're turning your hot takes into real money. Again, it's not just basketball. They have football. They have soccer. They have baseball. Every single sport. They even have esports. I mean, this app is unbelievable. Plus, how you play is up to you. You want flexibility? Choose the flex play, which means you can cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. If you want bigger payouts, go for it. Use the power play. But no matter how you play, it really is the best way to turn your knowledge into money. So join me and millions of users. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code Solana. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Solana, SOLANA. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'd like to officially go on record. I am wearing underwear today.
Bam. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Bam. 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 So we're going to play a little Who Got Funky, courtesy of our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. Now, do we have a big open for this, Jimmy?
Yes, we do.
All right. I don't have enough time to goof around, so go ahead, fire it off, Jimmy, whenever you feel like it. Just fire it off.
Yo, E, what you want to do now, man? Yo, whatever it is, it's just got to be funky.
Funky, 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 funky.
I can't get enough of that funky stuff. You know it's funky, 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 because you heard it from here, see.
Who got funky?
On Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. Tonight at Funky Buddha, the tap room in Oakland Park, Dan Day will be hosting trivia, and that is always a fun evening at the Buddha. So head on out there tonight if you are so inclined. So this one, I think, is touching for all of us here, especially me and Crowder, who had this young man as an intern. Who got funky this weekend? Jake Winderman, our old intern, Crowder. Jake Winderman got married to a lovely lady who is now Lindsay Winderman.
Hey.
But I'll tell you who really got funky. So I was at the wedding. You know who got funky? Ira Winderman.
Ooh.
Ira Winderman threw it down. Now, I was expecting to be able to take subtle jabs at Ira for the wedding Saturday night. And Ira, and again, I know Lindsay's family had a lot to do with it, but so did Ira and Sherry Winderman. This was as nice a wedding as I have ever been to in my life.
Wow.
They threw it down. And Ira was in a mood. He was dancing and having fun. It was unlike any Ira you've seen in your lifetime. But the Windermans, Ira and Sherry, and Jake and Lindsay, they got funky this weekend. Congratulations to Jake Winderman, our former intern, Crowder, on getting married to the love of his life. And it was a thrill for the Hochmans to be there and watch young Jake get married.
I was so excited because Jake's now off the payroll, but it's probably going to get worse.
He's off the public dole.
No,
Jake's got a good career. I think he works for CBS Sports, right?
Solana,
does he work for CBS HQ? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember when I first started at QAM, he was kind of finishing up his internship, Crowder, and I remember sending him out to get Mountain Dew Code Red Zero. That's what I wanted. And he kept texting like, can't find it. And I'm like, and this had to be my first few weeks at QAM. And I was like, well, this is what I want. I want Mountain Dew Code Red Zero. And he came back with like Mountain Dew White something, which was fine.
You snapped on him.
I snapped. Oh, and it wasn't zero. They didn't have zero back then. It was just Mountain Dew Code Red. And he could not find the Mountain Dew Code Red. And I have held that against him for got to be 10 years, right? 11 years, maybe.
Yes. It's been a while.
Yeah.
That was
Anyway,
right.
Congratulations to Jake Winderman. Got married over the weekend. Who got funky this weekend, Crowder?
It is an emotional type of story. Did you see the Boozer's brother story?
I did not. I saw people talking of it, but I don't know what the story is.
Long story short, Cece and Carlos Boozer, his wife Cece, they have their first son. The son has sickle cell. He needs a match so he can get bone marrow, like the bone marrow match, so he can get over the sickness. They decide to in vitro eggs to make DNA matches so that he has a DNA match partner for his bone marrow. They have twins They get two. They have 60 eggs fertilized. They check the DNA of 60 eggs. 10 of them took it. Don't quote my math. 10 of them took, and like 3 of them were perfect DNA matches. They take 2 of the eggs because there's only a 60% chance that in vitro eggs take inside the womb. Both take, they become twins. They take the baby's umbilical cord blood out, put it in the older brother, save his life, and then all 3 become top-notch D1 basketball players. I don't know who got funky in that situation, but that's a funky situation.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Funky.
That was crazy when I watched that story this weekend. That's beautiful. The love of their parents, what they did for their son, and now the brothers are like triplets there because they're so close together. 2 of them started, Duke?
What an amazing story.
If you get a chance to watch it, it's wild that they explain the whole thing to you. But that was one of the coolest stories I heard in a long time.
I didn't know
Jimmy,
that.
Who got funky this weekend, Jimmy? I had no idea either.
I'm going to give it to Dan Radakovich. He got the honor of Athletic Director of the Year.
He did?
Yeah.
I didn't know
By
that.
the National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics.
All right. Yeah. UM's been having a little sports success. Why not? Congratulations, Dan Radakovich. That's cool. Solana, we're up against it. So quickly, just one. Don't give us a whole grocery list here.
No, I just have a couple.
No, just one.
Yeah, just a handful.
Right, one.
A little hand.
Well, there's many. Bam, 83 points. That just like nobody mentioned that. Jimmy went an athletic director over Bam. I don't know how that happened. Happened last week. That, of course, is noteworthy. I would like to actually give it to my FedEx driver this morning. Think about how crazy this is. I oversleep on Saturday, and I miss a package that I had to sign for. It's for my fiance for her job. She was very upset with me because she told me the package is showing up at 11. Don't oversleep.
Bad. That's bad look on you.
And I didn't even think about it. Overslept.
I would
100%.
be so mad.
And you slept to 11?
I may or may not have heard the doorbell and the knocking and just ignored it and said, F it.
That is so bad.
Well, she wasn't happy. But everything happens for a reason. Because today, person knocks on my door. It's FedEx. I got a sign. I signed the little thing. And the dude turns around. He goes, "Are you Solana?" I said, "Yeah." He shows me his phone. He shows it to me. He was listening to the Hochman, Crowder, and Solana Show podcast on his phone while delivering me a package.
I mean, entertaining all delivery drivers all over South Florida.
Incredible. What are the odds? He got funky. We got funky. I think everybody got funky involved. I'm sorry I didn't catch his name because it was just, I think, awkward for both of us. But it was great to meet him, the FedEx driver. And that was awesome. What are the odds?
Now, when you say
Funky.
we got funky, did you invite him in? Because I've seen this before on movies.
Yeah.
Delivery driver comes in. You know,
Again, I didn't catch his name.
Do you only have one package?
Boy, you must be thirsty. So hot out there.
Why do you have to be weird about this?
I'm not the one who said the delivery driver came to my house and we got funky.
I meant we did. Our show got funky.
You said we
funky.
got funky. You said the guy showed up at my house to deliver a package and we got funky.
Everybody involved was funky. He got funky because he was listening to our show. We, the four of us got funky because what are the odds that the guy knocking on my door is listening to our show? Everybody involved
happened to be out, right?
Yeah. Y'all got funky together.
Last delivery that guy makes to that house. And he hears this podcast on Thursday. That's a good story. All right, there you go. Who got funky? Courtesy of our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. 4:00 hours coming up. Low testosterone is a real issue for a lot of guys. Can lead to poor sleep and low energy, brain fog, or reduced sex drive makes it difficult to stay in shape. We all know a healthy body plays a major role in overall health and well-being, and that's where Atlantic Men's Clinic comes in. I've been getting a testosterone shot there once a week for over a year. Wish I had started sooner. If you are feeling sluggish, you just don't feel like you used to feel. I'm 56 years old. All of a sudden, you don't feel like you did in your 20s, your 30s, even your 40s. I highly recommend testosterone treatments at Atlantic Men's Clinic. More than that, Atlantic Men's Clinic can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. With the low T treatments combined with these body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. And I'm talking more energy and better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, a renewed sex drive as well. So call Atlantic Men's Clinic or go online, schedule a consultation, learn a little bit more. They have 7 locations in South Florida. Phone numbers 877-455-7300. 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
All right, I'll start with Chuck here. Chuck in Miami Gardens.
What they do?
That's for you, Crowder.
PM and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe, Rose, Woody, Bo, Omar and more. Tobin and Leroy giving goosies galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. For Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores.
Hochman, crowd of Solana. Get ready for the move.
All right, here we go. 4 o'clock hour. On a Monday, we'll start with the stock market report that's sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Little bounce back on Wall Street to start out the week. Dow Jones up 388 points. That's a little over 0.75%. S&P 500 up 1%, 67 points. And the NASDAQ up a little bit over 1%, up 268 points. So hopefully we can keep that going for the entire week. Solana just texted us. Bam was named Eastern Conference Player of the Month. I forgot what it said.
Of the week.
There you go.
Well deserved.
I would dare them to give it to anybody. Come on.
Well deserved.
He averaged 41 points over the week.
Not a bad week. Not a bad week.
I would do it.
Yeah. I'll give you 15 minutes of heat, which is sponsored by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. No one had a more stressful Saturday night, and I'm including Ira and Sherry Winderman, who are giving their child away to marriage. Jake Winderman, Lindsay Winderman, all the people involved in the wedding. None of them had as stressful a Saturday night as our own Alejandro Solana. So Solana goes to the Eric Spoelstra press conference before the game, and he is armed with stats. A whole package of stats. And one of the stats, I think Solana had sent it to us, was that, you remember they had been just, revisiting the third quarter of old. They were losing third quarters, and Spo had kind of mentioned it. And Solana had pointed out to us, it was either on Friday or Saturday, that the Heat had won 14 third quarters in a row since Spo mentioned it?
It's not that they had won. And by the way, Hoch, no joke, I've been tracking this because
I know. You've been tweeting it.
Yeah, after the game in Boston, Spo and the Heat, literally, they got blown out. They were up 20 points, and they got blown out in the third, and they lost the game. They were up 20. Spo directed a message to Heat Nation. After the game, he said, Heat Nation, Heat fans, we hear ya. We're going to get better. So, like, the coach acknowledged that the fan base...
We're going to get better in the third quarter.
In the third quarter, specifically, they had one of the worst net ratings in the NBA in the third. Hoch, it's not that they had won 14 straight, but they hadn't lost.
A
third quarter. In 14 consecutive games. They had won 12. They had tied 2 of them, but substantially better.
Right, since he mentioned it.
Right.
And Solana's been tracking it. So now it's before the game on Saturday, and Solana decides, well, I'm going to bring that up to coach. And Spo, he's not having it. He doesn't, which, by the way, this is going up to a pitcher, throwing a no-hitter, and saying, hey, do you know you have a no-hitter going? Like, it's kind of an unwritten rule that you don't do this. Solana's doing it before the game, and Spo's like, no, sir. No, sir. No bleeping way. Here's the back and forth.
Ago, after the game, you said, we're going to fix our third quarter issues. It's been 14 consecutive games. You don't drop a third quarter. Did something change?
What kind of question is that? Did not do that. It started just with intention. Our group is very intentional about trying to improve, the things. I think a bigger thing is there's been more consistency throughout our rotation, both offensively and defensively, not just the third quarter, but we're getting to our game, more consistently. our defense, throughout the rotation has been getting better. Guys are gaining a lot more confidence, with that. And then for sure the offense, the guys are a lot more comfortable, what we're trying to do. And then, that X factor of confidence, which we want all of our guys, exploding with that confidence, at this time of year.
Play just the beginning of it again, Solana, because I love Spo just going, don't. Why would you even ask that? I love that. Play that just the beginning again if you can.
In Boston a month ago, after the game, you said, we're going to fix our third quarter issues. It's been 14 consecutive games. You don't drop a third quarter. Did something change?
What kind of question is that?
Yeah, that's funny to me. That's great, man.
That point, man, is
look at the eyes.
I was scared.
now, I mean, imagine what's going to happen here if Saturday night they end up losing the third quarter. Which, by the way, bring this up in a game against Washington. Don't pick your battle. He picked the Orlando game, which they cannot beat Orlando. They're 0-27 against Orlando this season, but they don't lose the third quarter.
They win it.
They do not lose the third quarter. And Solana, you had to have watched that quarter like you had $100,000 on it.
Jackson Amy kept looking over at me. I was stressed, man. And there was a point where the Heat, they go up 8 in the quarter, right? So they're still down in the game, but Norm hits a 3. They cut it to 9-point deficit.
You don't even care about the game. You don't even care about the game. All you care about is the third quarter.
In fact, I was kind of happy they got blown out in the first half because no matter what, the third quarter wouldn't be their downfall at the very least. No matter what. So I had texted Tobin, at least they can't blow it in the third. But Norm cuts it to a 9-point deficit. I'm like, oh my God, there's a minute left. The Heat are going to run away with this third. And Orlando closes on a 6-0 run. I'm like, what are you doing? What? They end up winning the quarter by 1.
Yeah,
by survived. 1.
That's funny.
Which, by the way, 15 consecutive third quarters.
You have to ask. You have to ask him. You have to ask him.
You know what's funny? Because I always say superstition and all that stuff doesn't mean anything. And Spoley didn't even want you to finish the question.
I'm telling you, that's like asking the pitcher, do you know you're pitching a no-hitter? There's just certain things you don't bring up.
It is. Hoch, you are 100% correct. But here's why I asked the question. It's been 14 games already. And that was a major issue throughout the entire regular season. And nobody's asked Coach Spo, hey, what changed?
Maybe ask him after a game instead of before a game, because then you can't be accused of mushing. It'll be at least 24 hours.
But here's the problem. You're 100% right. But here's the problem. I can't go to the post-game press conference because and normally I get to go to practices or shoot-arounds. Well, they don't do shoot-arounds anymore. And they haven't been practicing because of all the games that they've been having. So I haven't talked to Spo outside of a pregame press conference in months. So I'm like, F this. Nobody's going to ask about the third quarter? Fine. I'll be the bad guy. After 14 consecutive third quarters, when they had one of the worst net ratings in the third and nobody's asked about this, hey, Ira, forget about your son's wedding. Let's go figure it out.
Solana walked up to the craps table and was like, whoa, we got a hell of a roll going on here. I'll buy all the numbers. You dummy. That's everyone. Don't.
Don't.
You won't roll 7.
All right, let's do headlines here for the 4:00 hour. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
The Miami Heat, by the way, they're going to play in Charlotte tomorrow. That is a 7:00 start time. And Norm and Tyler were back the other day. And the Heat lost. So,
just can't get past Orlando. For whatever reason, Orlando has their number.
Yeah. Did any of you see the 5-second stuff? Any of that stand out to you? No?
I was literally at the Winderman wedding, so I didn't see any of it, and I saw people just outraged at the end. I still haven't seen it, to be quite honest. I saw that in the officials report, though, that they confirmed that it was indeed 5 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. But yeah, of course, the NBA 2-minute report comes out and says nothing was different. And it's obvious. You put the official who hands the ball to Pella side by side on the very next inbound when he hands the ball to an Orlando Magic player, and notice when he signals the first second and it's two completely different start times. He hands the ball to Pella and immediately signals a second, which is not what happens. You hand the ball and then you wait a second and then you signal, and he didn't. They got hosed, but also don't be down 16 with 5 minutes to go against Orlando in the fourth quarter, you know?
Yeah, they didn't win by 1.
They did cut it to they cut it to 2, didn't they?
It was a 2-point right there at that possession. A 2-point.
Ira and I were watching it on my CBS Sports app.
Oh, okay.
Just the score, just the score, because they were like down 4, and there was like 27 seconds to go or something. I showed Ira, I'm like down 4, and he's like, yeah, probably not enough time, huh? And then all of a sudden I show him, and they're down 2, and there was maybe like 12 seconds left, something like that.
There's 29 seconds left. They're down 2. Like, it was plenty of time. Yeah. ESPN, just sticking with basketball here for a second. ESPN reported that the NBA is going to hold a vote at their Board of Governors meetings next week. They want to do expansion teams, Las Vegas and Seattle. And guys, like, this is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen this go around. There's going to be a Las Vegas team, and then everybody wants Seattle back in the fold. So fine, we'll give Seattle their team. They're targeting the 2028 season as the first year.
No complaints for me.
Right? Las Vegas team?
Yeah. I don't know what's the other side of this is great.
Well, it's funny because, you said there's no guarantee that it's going to happen, but I just can't come up with a scenario where they're not going to allow this to happen. If you're an owner, the franchise fees are going to be astronomical, and every current owner gets a piece of that. Yeah. And then you're going to have more teams, which I'm guessing increases revenue all over the board because you've got 2 more teams. So
more revenue. And even from all the other sides, fandom side, why do you care if there's a team in Seattle, or not? Why do you care? Now, I know they got to split them up and make the conference divisions and all that. But from the player side, too, there's 2 more teams now,
right,
that are opening up positions for players to be in the NBA. There's going to be another
NBA Players Association. Like, we want more options for more players.
I don't know the other side of people against expansions of leagues. It doesn't make sense to me.
People think it waters it down. People think it waters down the talent pool.
Well, I think I fixed the regular season issue. Can I just propose this to you?
Yeah, sure.
I really do think I fixed it. And stick with me here, because you're gonna hear it at first. You're gonna say this is funky, but just stick with me.
All right. How long is this gonna take?
42 minutes.
Because anytime somebody says stick with me here, then I'm like, that's like, when somebody shows you a YouTube video and they go, you got to watch this. And then all of a sudden you see the progress bar and there's 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, hold on, wait a second. You're going to hold this in front of my face for 8 minutes and I've got to react to it. Like, so how long do I have to stick with you here?
Yeah.
Combine the breaks.
16 minutes for sure. 16 minutes.
Fair enough. Just needed
but I have a great headline. I think I fixed the NBA's regular season issue.
Is that the headline? I think I fixed the NBA's regular season issue.
Yeah, that's the headline.
So basketball started in 1907.
So let me tell you about Dr. James Naismith and what his original idea was.
It's either that or a Novak Djokovic take again. So you guys, you take your pick.
Okay, let's go basketball. Do that one.
All right, so 32 teams starting in 2028. 32 regular season teams. Eliminate the conferences for the regular season. Eliminate them. No more Western, no more Eastern Conference.
Really? Okay.
You play 62 regular season games.
62 games.
Every team twice. 1 home game, 1 away game. So the Heat play every regular season game, every team, 1 home game, 1 away game.
Right. So there's 31 teams remaining after you take your own team out. Right. Play them each twice. There's 62 games.
That makes every regular season game more important, and you've eliminated conferences, top 16 seeds.
Right. So it's not like you go, we're playing Minnesota tonight. Who cares?
Right. Like, every game matters. There's more importance, and there's less games. Seeding at the end. Top 16 seeds go in. No more playing tournament. Like, everybody plays everybody once. At home, everybody plays everybody.
16 teams could conceivably be from California. They're all going to the playoffs.
Even playing field. Even playing field. Everybody has the same advantage, disadvantage. You don't play the Hawks 4 times in a year like the Heat do. It is what it is. Now everybody's going to say
the Magic. I mean, that's a killer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
By the
Now,
way,
I
you
know-
couldn't have 16 teams from California because there aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what people are saying at home. They're saying, Solana, that's stupid. The NBA isn't going to cut 20 games off the regular season schedule. That's too much TV money. And I'm with you. I understand that. But they're not going to, because here's what they're going to do.
Okay.
To make up for the 20 regular season games that they're losing, quote unquote, you expand the in-season tournament. And miss me with nobody cares about the in-season tournament. That might be so right now. But the NBA has discussed tinkering with it. Maybe bring in some European clubs. Maybe bring in some other Latin American clubs.
Make it look like the World Baseball Classic or
Exactly.
the NHL, 4 nations.
And guess what? If you're one of these people who doesn't like the in-season tournament, fine. But the NBA is not going away from it.
Well,
They're
the
sticking
other
to it.
thing, we may not love the in-season tournament, but it's not any worse than a Thursday night game against Portland.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's not any worse than that. You may not think it's better, but it's not any worse than a random Thursday night game against a team you don't care about.
Quickly, just an in-season tournament. Does it count towards the final 62-game season?
No, which is what I think people also don't like about it. It's confusing. Do these count? Do these don't count? What do they count for? Who am I playing? Why am I? The 62 regular season games are the 62 regular season games. One home, one away.
Each team.
And but there's the question of, hey, division rivalries kind of still matter. In-state rivalries kind of still matter. That's where the in-season tournament comes into play. 4 groups of 8 teams. That's 32 teams. 4 groups of 8 teams. You still kind of keep the conferences and division rivalries alive. Each team in their conference or division in the in-season tournament plays every team twice. So that's 14 games. Think about it. 8 teams, 7 times 2, 14. 1 home, 1 away. So the Lakers will still play the Clippers. They'll still play the Warriors. They'll still play all the teams that they already play multiple times. They'll still play them 3 or 4 times. And that gets you to like 76 games. And then you have a knockout. The top 4 teams from every conference move on. You have a knockout stage. And like you've literally accomplished.
Jimmy hates this.
But quickly, let's go back to this in-season tournament. So I'm Eric Spoelstra. I have 62 games to win a championship before the NBA playoffs. Why do I play my team in the in-season tournament? Why do I put my people on the court?
I'm glad you asked.
Mm-hmm.
$1 trillion.
Boom.
Per person and per coach.
Boom.
Who's fronting this money?
Listen, we're not getting in the weeds right now. We're just telling you what the idea is.
No, I
gotta be a monetary reward.
But
and
not
pride.
Hawk, not only that. Bro, 10 years, I genuinely believe 10 years from now, 15 years from now, the in-season tournament will be prestigious. I'm not saying it'll be more prestigious than winning an NBA title. Don't get me wrong, but it'll matter, especially if they continue to invest in it and put resources into it and make it more fun. Bring teams from other countries in. Bring teams from other organizations in. Maybe a G League team, and you can have surprises like the
almost like having Inter Miami in that tournament, the whatever it was that they got placed into.
Oh no, because
the
I'm
Club
asking.
World Cup.
Yeah, the Club World Cup.
Right.
Even last night, they were talking on TV about the World Baseball Classic, where the manager has to deal with all the managers of Major League Baseball teams because they're like, don't throw my pitcher out there for 85 pitches. We have to go play baseball for real in a little bit. So as if I'm Eric Spoelstra, I'm going to tell you during the in-season tournament, I need to go play real basketball here soon.
Right, but it's the same idea of the in-season tournament. There are teams like the Miami Heat, like the Orlando Magic, like the Charlotte Hornets, right? Just as an example, who likely aren't going to compete for an NBA title, Crowder. They're just not. But the in-season tournament provides that moment where you can catch fire and go and win something. You can prioritize, hey, we have an opportunity to win something here in the middle of the season. And sure, it's not the NBA title, but our team is playing for something. It makes the games more meaningful in the month of January, in the month of November and October. All I've done here is make games more meaningful. And
I love it.
Hawk, correct me if I'm wrong.
You better put that $1 trillion up.
The biggest criticism of the NBA right now is that nobody cares about the regular season. The
Correct.
players don't want to play in the regular season because nobody's watching it anyways. Adam Silver himself has said, well, you can just watch the highlights on social media. So like he's devalued it. I'm propping up the value of every game. Less regular season games.
I think it's great. And I'm being 100% honest. The tournament, like, if you don't think anyone's going to care about it, they don't care about game 63 now anyway. That maybe 10 years from now, like Solana's suggesting, you will care about it because there will be some sort of prestige that goes along with it. But no one cares about the 63rd game against Portland right now if you're a member of the Heat. They just don't. The fans don't care. The players don't care. It's evidenced by the amount of times you see players miss games. So I'm with him. It immediately increases the value of 62 games. 62?
Yes, 62 games because there's 32 teams.
Increases the value of 62 games and maybe has the effect on 20 additional games as well.
And there's a way to fix tanking. There's a way to fix tanking with it as well.
Thing. You've got to figure out an elevator pitch for this. You know what an elevator pitch is?
I do not.
You know what an elevator pitch is, Crowder?
Yeah, something less than an hour and a half. Something you can present to another human on an elevator.
On an elevator. You walk onto an elevator and Jeff Bezos is standing there and you've got what you think is $1 million idea. You've got an elevator ride's amount of time to pitch it.
Right.
An elevator pitch is the most important pitch because oftentimes you have 10 or 15 seconds with someone that you think might be able to change your life. This elevator would literally have to be stuck. The fire department would have to have a day off. This would have to be a confluence of events that would never happen. So you got to hone that down. But other than that, I'm not even joking. I think it's a very good idea. Who'd you steal this from?
This has been my take for years. NBA, 60 regular season games, and then a mid-season tournament like Champions League that gets everybody involved. I've been saying this since before the in-season tournament. And now that you're expanding, you can get to 62 regular season games, and you format the tournament correctly. You make up the other 20 regular season games with in-season tournament games.
I like it. And you're using teams that aren't in the league. So you've got the Savannah Bananas playing the Heat in round 1. Who wouldn't watch that?
Solana, Adam Silver's old, man. He can't concentrate this long.
I like it.
62, 27.
I don't think Adam Silver's that old. How old do you think Adam Silver is?
Adam Silver got to be 70-something.
Oh, stop it. Are you kidding?
Look at him.
56.
Adam Silver?
He looks good and spry.
63.
63.
Yeah. Lied on his birth certificate.
70? Stop it. He doesn't look old.
Adam Silver doesn't look old.
No.
Old?
Old. He may not look healthy, but he doesn't look old.
He's young and ready to party.
Nobody said young and ready to party, but he doesn't look 70.
Come on.
He doesn't.
No. Like if I had to choose a word to describe Adam Silver, it wouldn't be old. It would be
bald.
Or just unpleasant.
Aesthetically unpleasant.
He aging like an apple.
But he's not. He's not aging like an apple.
Yeah.
He doesn't look old.
Looks young. Like he looks 60.
No, you keep saying young, and none of us have said young. But he does not look old.
That's 60.
Well, he's 63.
Come on, man. That boy. Y'all can't get me on this one.
I like that. You win the in-season tournament, automatic bid into the playoffs.
Yeah, there's definitely ways that you can reward, or you get, like, if you're already tracking to be a playoff team, then how do you keep them interested? Maybe you can bank it for one season, or maybe you can bank it for an automatic victory the next season, or you can use it to move up 5 slots in the, like, something. There's a way to keep everyone involved.
Yeah.
You just got to think all the little machinations through.
The only thing I would say, and a lot of people tweeted me this, NBA players may not be on board because they'll never catch other guys with the stats. Because, like, now regular season has been shortened by 20. And
well, those stats can count.
Right. That's what I was thinking. The stats can still count.
The game doesn't count in the playoff standings, the 20 games, but the stats count for your 82-game season.
As regular season games. We can work it out.
I like it. Only because it's not like you can't magically make the 63rd game against Portland matter. It's already been devalued. So you got to do something. And again, the funny part of this is like we talk about, you've got to do something. You really don't, because they have a multi-billion-dollar TV deal. They've got two teams that are probably willing to pay $1 billion just to buy into the league. So they really don't need anyone's help, even though everyone tells them that they need their help monetarily. They're just fine.
They're fine. I'm not telling you that the NBA is broken. I'm just telling you I like this system better because it's a proven system in soccer in Europe that is wildly effective in making money. Like they figured it out. They make a lot of money over there. The NBA could profit off of it. But Hoch, you're right. Like I don't consider the NBA broken. I'm not even so sure that the tanking thing is as big of an issue as people make it seem. I'm fine with the Jazz benching their players in the fourth quarter if they don't want to win games because they want a better draft pick. I'm fine with that. But the NBA clearly is listening to people on Twitter who are upset about it and talking heads who are upset about it because they're prioritizing talking about that and making changes too. So
did you see the 65 games superlative cutoff wherever where you had to play 65 games to get in all NBA and MVP and all? Now guys are on the edge of 65 games where they're not going to make that cutoff, and now people are mad that, oh my goodness, SGA should be able to be on that list. People are going to complain either damn way. It's about the damn money.
That's what they're upset. Like they're just complaining about anything. That's why I don't think like the NBA should care so much about what people on Twitter are saying. Like everything's okay. Yeah, the Jazz are benching guys in the fourth. So what?
Well, I do think though that the product can be better. You know, I always use the equivalency of if you buy tickets to go see U2 in concert, Bono doesn't take a quarter of the shows off because he doesn't want to stress his vocal cords. And you get there and you go, yeah, tonight, no Bono, but The Edge and Adam Clayton and Larry Mullen Jr., like they've got you covered. Like there's a devaluation of the product that goes on because you don't know who you're going to see on a nightly basis, as evidenced maybe by last Tuesday and the team that Bam scored 83 points against.
But Hoch, and I know this is a deeper conversation which we don't have time for. To me, the NBA is not the cause for the value for the product being devalued. It's people like us. It's ESPN. It's talking heads.
It's the players
who have in my opinion, who have cultivated a culture of what do you do in the playoffs? That's all that matters. How many rings have you won? That's all that matters. And that's all any of us want to talk about now, which is what did you do in the playoffs? Did you win a ring? Oh, you didn't win a ring? Well, then you don't matter in the grand scheme of things. We have devalued anytime we talk about any of this, any sort of regular season success, any sort of individual success in the regular season, none of it matters because of how all of us frame our discourse about the NBA and about sports now.
Solana.
And I think that's the biggest issue.
But no, to your point, that Jose, sports media created that. Charles Barkley, no rings, and no rings, no success. The players feel that way too. And the players don't want to play every night because they want to extend their career. And the fans want to see, to Hoch's point, the fans want to see the LeBrons and the Stephs and the SGAs and the KDs when they come to their city. Who are these rules trying to make happy? Every time you change a rule, what's the rule to make the players happy, the fans happy, the media happy, the owners happy, the league happy? Who are we trying to make happy? Because everybody in that list can't be happy about every rule. They're not going to appease everyone. So who's the goal of these rule changes? And that's the hardest part for this young teenage Adam Silver, like y'all tell me, to figure out.
I mean, how about you get paid to play 82 games? Play 82 games.
What? That's what Jordan did.
I'm telling you, I know I sound like, old guy yelling from the lawn.
You're not. But I also think it's there's more context to it.
But I'm not taking the blame because I want champion players to win championships, and I use that as a barometer. I'm not taking the blame for devaluing the NBA product. The players have done that, and the league and the coaches have allowed it. And we're the ones who suffer, the fans. And you can have all your takes you want. It's you want them to be healthy for the playoffs or whatever. I don't know. MJ seemed to be healthy for the playoffs.
But Crowder's saying you're not playing.
Who are the rules? Who are we changing the rules for, Hawk?
For the fans. You're talking about Solana's rules?
Yeah, I'm saying Solana's rules, the 65-game rule, the Indy rules, that the load management rule, is that just for fans? Because the players are going to be pissed about this.
Well, listen, everybody who works for someone is going to be pissed about something that their employer tells you to do. But that's they get paid well, go out there and perform.
See, and that's a tough job for an 18-year-old Adam Silver to do.
All right, I'm going to put this on the circle back list. I still have more takes on this that I want to. We just don't have time.
I think it's a good idea. I really do. I think at least it addresses what's an obvious problem. That Tuesday night game against Washington did not matter. It mattered because Bam scored 83 points.
Yep.
That game didn't matter. Washington fielded a team in order to not win. That's a problem in my estimation.
Well, you're welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The Panthers did lose last night. They'll play in Vancouver tomorrow.
Rest everybody. Got to get them healthy for next year. No more effing around.
That's a great segue. Yeah, March, you go.
Shut
Don't have that surgery. Bob is old now. Let Bob take a couple games now. Oh, that's so funny.
Your weather. It's partly cloudy. It's 84 degrees. Tonight the lows will be in the upper 70s. That's your weather.
All right, people hear me talk about Tucker Duke's Lunchbox in Deerfield Beach, and I talk about them because I love them. Their food is great, and it's not just award-winning burgers, which it is. Tucker Duke's is one of the most creative menus in South Florida, and it's like a cool, nice, relaxed place to have a good meal. The vibe is very cool. Speaking of vibes, hopefully you follow Tucker Duke's on social media. They have a series called Burgers, the Show, and new episodes drop on Sundays. I saw a new one yesterday. They're very funny and entertaining, so make sure you follow Tucker Duke's on social media. The burger of the month for the month of March, which is about halfway through so far, the Conan. This one doesn't whisper, it conquers. A half-pound pressed beef patty, melted American cheese, hot pastrami stacked thick, sauerkraut, a bed of pickles and onion, and house-made Tucker sauce. It's bold, it's juicy, it's built like a warrior. You've got about half a month left to go get that at Tucker Duke's in Deerfield Beach. By the way, for Lent, Tucker Duke's has Fish Fry Fridays. Great menu items like the fish fry plate, fried cod, French fries, hush puppies, coleslaw, toasted rye bread, fish and chips. Everybody loves that. Beer battered cod, fries, chips, if you will, and a side of malt vinegar and coleslaw, and Seymour, which is a fish fry sandwich, 2 pieces of beer battered cod, chipotle mayo, and coleslaw, all on an onion bun. You can hear me talking about some of the menu items here. You realize Tucker Duke's is a great place for a meal. They're in Deerfield Beach. It is worth a visit. If you're looking for a killer burger joint, Tucker Duke's is it. Make sure you visit tuckerdukesburgers.com. That's the website, tuckerdukesburgers.com. You can see the entire menu, or follow Tucker Dukes on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Tucker Dukes Lunchbox. Check them out. 1101 South Powerline Road in Deerfield Beach on the southwest corner of Powerline and 10th.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Ain't no way Solana got a degree.
Went very long there in the previous segment, but we had very important work to be done. We were solving problems that don't really need to be solved, but sometimes you've got to solve problems that don't need to be solved. Anyway, we went very long there in that segment. I will remind everybody, World Baseball Classic action tonight at Lone Depot Park. It is Italia, Italy, and Venezuela. And the winner gets to lose to USA in the championship game. So you can go tonight. There are limited tickets available. Marlins.com/WBC. Marlins.com/WBC. Taking a swig out of your gallon jug of water, Solana.
Gallon a day, 3 liters.
Gallon a day keeps the doctor away. Maybe you should kick it up to 4 gallons a day. I want to get through this entire segment without telling Crowder his microphone is muted, and see, because I think if he watched the video afterwards and he's commenting along the entire time and no one's reacting to him and no one can hear him, it would be a funny bit, right? Just to not acknowledge it the entire segment.
Ain't worth a damn.
That's funny. We were guessing Adam Silver's age in the last segment, so I will give you the celebrity birthdays today and see if you can guess how old they are. I'm going to not go in chronological order here, which is what I usually do, so make it a little more difficult. Tim Hardaway Jr., and allow me just to say, had the Mavericks gone to Tim Hardaway Jr. a little bit more, perhaps. Now, go ahead. How old is Tim Hardaway Jr.?
32.
34. You're in the ballpark. Joel Embiid.
His knees or his body?
His knees are 125 years old.
Joel is 38.
32.
Have you seen this stat going around about Joel Embiid?
He has now missed more games or the same number of games that he has played in his entire NBA career.
What?
Can you believe he's only 32? I mean,
he's 32?
Unless Solana got the birthday wrong.
No. He's 32.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not usually that far off. He's a little bit more talented Greg Oden.
Well, that's the thing. That's exactly who it reminds me of, and he's had more success in the NBA than Greg Oden ever had. But 32, Joel Embiid should have 3 championships by now, and also 10 years of really high-level basketball left.
Yeah, he can't be. He'll never be a Hall of Famer. He doesn't play enough basketball.
He doesn't play enough basketball.
He's an MVP, so he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid retires today. He's a Hall of Famer.
He won an NBA Most Valuable Player award, and don't forget, it's the Marc Gasol effect. He won an Olympic gold medal with Team USA. Yeah. So he's got an MVP.
It's basketball. It's basketball Hall of Fame, not NBA Hall of Fame.
I think he gets in as an NBA Hall of Famer either way. As an MVP, like there aren't many guys in the history of the game.
Derrick Rose is the other argument for that. Derrick Rose will go to the Hall of Fame. He's an MVP.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose played 3 times more games than him.
I was going to say, at least he had the longevity too.
Wow. You know what? I don't want to do this to that young man. That's my fear with Wemby. Just those body styles. They can't hold up.
Yep. Flavor Flav.
Oh. Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. Who's older, Flavor Flav or Adam Silver?
Adam Silver. Flavor Flav is late 50s.
Flavor Flav is 67.
He looks better than Adam Silver.
Stop.
Oh, I don't know if you've looked at a close-up of Flav lately.
Let me see Flav.
67, though. He's a spry 67. He's filled of energy and
yeah. Might be medically helped. Medicinally helped.
I think he's like straight-laced now.
No, Hawk.
By the way, a lot of people, this annoys him too. A lot of people call him Flava Flav, and that is not his name, and it annoys him. It is Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. Yeah.
Yep.
We should give that to DBJ. Put that on the list.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav. That would be good.
So he was in his late 50s when they had all them little young girls chasing him around.
What are you talking about? They were popular when I was at UM in 1987 and 88.
The Flavor of Love when he
Flavor
was
of Love.
58.
Oh, on VH1.
And he had 16, 20-year-olds chasing him around the house.
That was more than 10
Crowder.
years ago.
Yeah. Crowder, it feels like 10 years ago. Bro, that was like 2002, 2003. It's 26 years ago, man. Or 20.
Really?
20 years ago.
Time ago. Blake Griffin.
Blake's he's close to my age. He's in his late 30s.
37.
Yeah.
He's only 5 years older than Joel Embiid. That's kind of crazy.
Hey, Hoch. Hoch, really quickly. You said Flavor Flav 67?
That's what you wrote.
Yeah. Crowder's not way. Oh, let me double check that. Crowder's not way off, honestly, because now I'm doing the math. I looked it up. Flavor of Love, which I watched, by the way. That came out in 2006. So that was a couple years. He was 47 years old. And those girls on that show were what, like late 20s, early 20s?
Early 20s.
Right? That's
He
crazy.
was double their age, and they were acting like they want to get with this big dude. This old, well, he's not
But
big,
all
this
those-
old ass man.
all those shows, though. I mean, honestly, you could do Flavor of Love with Jimmy Buffett. He's dead. With Warren Buffett, who's 96 years old. Amazing, Jimmy Buffett is dead and Warren Buffett's alive. But you could do Flavor of Love with Warren Buffett, and you would have no shortage of 25-year-olds.
Oh, for
looking to
sure.
get with them. Yeah.
And a lot of you watch Love Island and Love is Blind and all that stuff.
I don't. I'm strictly a Bachelor and Bachelorette guy.
First season ever of Temptation Island was one of the best reality shows of all time. I'm talking network. This was way back when Temptation Island. That was a game changer.
What's that one? I can't watch any of that stuff. Asia loves that stuff. I'll watch it with her, but what's the old people one? Golden Fox?
Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
Man, have you ever watched that?
I haven't watched I've never seen an episode of The Bachelor. or
Watch the
Bachelorette.
Golden Bachelor, because it's these 60-year-old men and women, but they're still trying to be sexy and stylish.
It's the Hochman house on a Friday and Saturday night. I don't know what's so funny.
Hey, sexy fox. How you doing, Big Daddy?
Never leaves your system. All right, we got to take a break. 5 o'clock, Funky Buddha Happy Hour is next.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You're not going to learn anything about sports on this show. I'm sorry, you're not. But I know McDonald's. I can too. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, and it's brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where you can go tonight to see Dan Day hosting trivia. I was just talking to Dan outside in the hallway. He will be there. Trivia starts at 7:30 tonight. Funky Buddha Tap Room in Oakland Park. Dan's got some good trivia up his sleeve. You know what tomorrow is?
It's a Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Talk about it.
It is Talk About It Tuesday on this show, not necessarily at the Funky Buddha Tap Room.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Do you know what tomorrow is, Jimmy?
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, which is a very important holiday for beer drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park, $5 Emerald Isle Stout, $5 Jameson shots, $9 beer plus a shot, and $7 Dublin drops. What's a Dublin drop? I'm guessing that's like a lemon drop, but made with what?
No idea. A liquor put in some juice.
What kind of liquor, though, do you think is a Dublin drop?
It's a variant of an Irish car bomb featuring a shot of Irish cream and whiskey dropped into a pint of Guinness with variations like the PB&J drop and Bailey bomber.
Yeah, I'm out on that. Once they start dropping the shot into the beer, color me gone.
Well,
I get out.
Why? Why? I mean, that's when the party really gets going.
Yeah.
No,
innovative drinks. You're not an innovative drinker. You're
I
an
am
Aperol
not.
Spritz.
I am not an innovative drink. Aperol Spritz is very innovative.
Well, he likes to give off the idea he's an innovative drinker with the bright orange drink, but in reality, it's not innovative at all.
Very innovative. In fact, that's why it's made an unbelievable comeback, because people like innovation. They like disruptors.
When it went away?
Aperol Spritz. Yeah, it was never popular until I started talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
he blew up Aperol Spritzes.
I can't make up facts. I mean, that's a fact. It blew up. I was talking about it. It blew up.
You were talking about it?
I was talking about it. That's right. That's right. Were you talking about it?
I was actually. I was drinking it.
I was
drinking it.
You mentioned
drinking it,
and then I made it popular.
Okay.
It just happened. I mean, listen, same thing happened with the McRib.
Well, y'all were Destiny's Child, and then Hawk became Beyonce.
That's exactly right. That is the perfect way to put it. Anyway.
Because it's funny you asked me, in St. Patrick's Day, that would have been my top 100 guess.
But you would have known 20 years ago, because it's a big beer drinking holiday. This is what happens when you get old.
But growing up in Atlanta, I didn't even know St. Patrick's Day existed. I got to Gainesville. I love St. Patrick's Day because now it's just another reason to go out drinking, and everybody gets, enjoys themselves. Then I became a grown man, and I didn't celebrate it anymore.
Green beer.
Yeah.
What's this I see in Chicago, Hawk? You're from Chicago.
Malort.
They dye the lake.
The river.
The river.
Yeah,
the Chicago River.
Because you can't dye Lake Michigan because it's almost as big as an ocean. So, but the Chicago River, they dye green.
Green, yeah. And what's this doing to the environment? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Listen.
Yeah.
I would be with you on the environment until I started going to New York every week. You can't do anything to that damn Chicago River that damn Hudson doesn't have wrong with it.
A Hudson at some point is just going to get up and walk out.
They dye the river in Chicago. People die in the river in New York.
It's surprising that Sully, when he was landing the plane in the Hudson, that the plane didn't just bounce back up into the air because the thing is so hard and disgusting.
No, Jack, don't do nothing here.
All right, let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
I was thinking about it quickly. I was thinking about trying to shoot some show fishing the Hudson and really try to catch a fish in the Hudson River.
But it'd be funny if every time you pulled up a fish, you know, it had 5 heads.
Sure. Because there is no living beings on. There's no birds, no fish, no minnows, no nothing around that
Nothing.
river. It's the
The
craziest
Hudson
thing in the
River
world.
is a dead river.
It's wild.
I feel like there are fish in the Hudson River, by the way. I don't know that for sure, but I do vaguely remember there being like.
I mean, I imagine it's a very big river. It's probably the areas where the population is that is very dirty, I'm guessing.
Yeah. If the fish aren't eating Pepsi bottles and condoms, I don't know what they're going to eat.
Are there fish in the Hudson River?
Yeah, absolutely. The Hudson River has plenty of fish. You'll find species like striped bass, catfish, carp, and shad in there. The river's actually become cleaner over the past few decades.
Oh.
So fish populations have bounced back pretty well from the industrial days.
Wow, look at that. You could go fishing in the Hudson.
Well, Crowder fishes the Hudson. Get ready for the YouTube stream.
I'm ready. When Chicago dyes the Chicago River green for St. Patrick's Day, is that a negative effect on the environment?
Yes, there are definitely fish in the Hudson River. It's got striped bass.
It's like talking to Jimmy. Claude actually accidentally.
I thought the answer faster than Claude.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
All right, what do you have in the headlines, Solana?
All right, guys. Troy Aikman has fixed the Dolphins, and he's sticking around. He's sticking around.
All right.
Now the Dolphins did sign a couple different players. They continue to fill out their roster. They signed offensive lineman Charlie Heck today. Played in 17 games with Tampa Bay last season, 6 starts, and he's going to back up Patrick Paul, Austin Jackson next year. He's going to be a tackle. It'll be their backups.
All right.
The World Baseball Classic semifinal is tonight. Venezuela versus Italy, 8 p.m.
Very limited tickets available. Go to marlins.com/WBC. I would imagine there's no tickets available for the championship game, which is tomorrow.
Oof. That's going to be tough for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
I saw a Marlins man paid over $5,000 for his ticket last night for USA and Dominican Republic. He was second row behind home plate.
Ooh.
Is that a lot? $5,000 for USA Dominican Republic semifinal.
Yeah, semifinal.
You think that's a lot, though? I would have said where he sits, it would have cost more than $5,000.
Well, I mean, he bought it on the secondary market. I mean, that's like the scalped price.
Yeah.
But second row behind home plate, NBA Game 3 tickets, second row will be way more expensive.
Yeah, but this isn't the NBA playoffs. I mean, it's World Baseball Classic.
I'm saying, but with it's like the Olympics. It's for your country and all that stuff. But yeah,
I don't know. I bet it's 7,500 tomorrow.
I just know Super Bowl tickets and the other and NBA play. Super Bowl is different, but NBA playoff, not even Game 7, Game 2.
Bro, Stanley Cup final tickets for that Game 7 a couple years ago, $1,000 tickets all the way at the top of the arena. So imagine what row 2 next to the glass was going for. 7, 8, 10,000 easy.
What about World Series tickets?
No.
Would they be more expensive than World Baseball Classic tickets?
I think it would depend on who's playing.
Yeah.
Have either of you been to a World Series game?
I have.
Me too.
Here, right?
No.
At
03.
Pro Player?
Yeah.
97 and 03.
Never been.
Who's 21, by the way? You're wearing a hat, number 21.
Roberto Clemente.
Oh, legend.
Yeah. It's just the color of the pivot, so I can match my shirts.
Mm.
All right, guys. Canes Hoops, they are the 7th seed in the NCAA tournament. They're going to play Mizzou the 10 seed in Mizzou.
Yeah, they got jobbed.
Yeah.
Joe Zagacki is going to join us, the voice of the University of Miami. They got jobbed, I think. I mean, it's supposed to be neutral site. That ain't neutral. St. Louis. They're playing Mizzou. And not neutral.
Oh.
I just don't like that they're in the West region. And I realize it really has nothing to do with like where you're located.
Yeah,
I get that, but it's weird. Why have Miami in the West region? But anyways, the game's going to be at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. scheduled.
Oh, you didn't tell me the Bulls play tonight.
Friday night. And Spiro Ditas will be on the call.
In case you weren't sleepy enough already at 10 o'clock.
Who do the Bulls play tonight, Hawk?
Memphis. You want to guess the line? In Chicago.
Oh, Chicago home dogs.
Nah,
5.
I don't think you've been watching Memphis.
Bro, Memphis. Memphis might have a worse record than the Bulls. I'll say the Bulls 3.5-point favorites.
Bulls are 7-point favorites tonight. Did you see over the weekend, Josh Giddey became the Chicago Bulls all-time leader in triple doubles, surpassing Michael Jordan.
Really?
Yep.
Damn. And nobody's outraged by this. They're mad at Bam.
Boozy tonight, 20.5 is the over-under. Giddey, 20.5. Boy, there is no one on Memphis. I'll give you $10, Crowder, if you can guess who on Memphis has the highest point total over-under.
Memphis Grizzlies, correct?
That's the team.
The big light skin one. Big light skin fella.
You nailed it. Jalen Wells.
Yep, Jalen. Man.
Jalen Wells has the highest.
That's the highest point total. And the only person even in the ballpark is Cedric Coward.
Oh, my God. Is Ty Jerome not on that? Is he not listed?
Nope.
So, I guess a guarantee win?
I mean, it should be.
Okay, I'll put it on one of my parlays.
What about Prosper? Olivier Maxence Prosper.
Nope.
Wow.
Damn.
No. He is there. 11.5. He is there. 11.5.
Yeah, I like him over.
Spurs are at the Clippers, 10 p.m. game. Spurs are 8-point favorites. Woo.
Spurs at the Clippers, and
Yep.
Spurs are 8-point favorites?
Yep, 10 p.m. tonight.
Who's not playing for LA?
I don't know. That's why it was amazing to me. I was looking to make a bet, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, no Kawhi.
Oh, okay. That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. All right. Anything else in the headlines?
The only other thing that I feel compelled to bring up, the Heat do play tomorrow, by the way. They're in Charlotte. You guys see this? Uncrustables reportedly getting an upgrade?
Yeah. I thought we talked about this on the show.
Did we?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Well, I saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
Uncrustables will no longer, according to this report, will no longer need to be frozen. They're just going to be refrigerated. So there's no more thawing out Uncrustables. You just pull them right out of the fridge and you throw them down.
Here's the only rub. I read an article about it today because I was all excited about this. I hate having to thaw out the Uncrustable. They only last in the refrigerator 5 days.
Mm.
So if you get the big box of, 20 Uncrustables.
No, but I believe, Hawk, you get the big box, you throw 2 or 3 in the fridge.
Correct.
And then,
correct. But you got to use them within 5 days. Correct. You can freeze the other ones. Yeah.
Freeze the other ones, so you don't have to eat 18 Uncrustables in 5 days.
Right. Which I could, by the way.
Yeah.
Those
We've seen
things
your
are
moves.
good, man. They're crazy good.
Yeah, they are.
How about Michael B. Jordan winning the Oscar yesterday for Best Actor? And
Part owner of AFC Bournemouth Up the cherries.
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan.
Up the cherries.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Celebrated with the trophy, the little man, at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
His little man.
I believe it's called Oscar.
Oh, is that what you call him?
Him and his little man.
My guess is he's got a big man. That's just my guess.
Who, Smoking Stack?
Smoking Stack. One battle after another did win Best Picture yesterday. Beat out Sinners, but Sinners.
I didn't see any of those movies. The only movie I saw that was nominated for anything was Marty Supreme.
And
the only one that I saw.
And Hoch, I'm convinced that Chalamet destroyed their opportunities at winning all these events by ripping on the arts. You saw he ripped ballet, he ripped all these things. I'm not telling you I agree or disagree with him. I don't care.
Kind of something out of nothing there.
They didn't win anything. They're nominated in every category.
It was a fun movie. I don't know if that was an award-winning movie, Marty Supreme.
Wow. I saw If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You was nominated for some stuff.
I don't know what that is.
I thought it was a comedy. It wasn't a
I don't
comedy.
even know what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah. I watched it on a plane one time, ruined my whole day. It's with the Hispanic lady from Australia.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman.
The Hispanic lady from Australia?
Yeah.
Remember he said that to Larinaga the other day. That movie he saw.
The lady, the lady.
Is it Rose something?
The lady on Plutonic.
Oh, Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne. I thought she was Hispanic, but they said she's Australian. I just no, she's Australian. But
Remember he did that. He was like, maybe you were out of town that day. But
I thought she was
like,
Hispanic.
He's like, oh, she had an accent. I'm like, an Australian accent, perhaps?
Yeah. You thought that was a Hispanic accent?
The accent wasn't it. If you look at her, she looks Hispanic.
Except she doesn't at all. She's Australian. All right. Anything else in the headlines? Little man.
Come on, little man.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it's 83 degrees. Bam's number. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the upper 70s. That is your weather.
The Eastern Conference Player of the Week?
Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. All right, Joe Zagacki is going to join us in the next segment. Cheetah Pompano, great spot to watch games or fights. They got 4 stages of entertainment and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Tomorrow, we were talking about it, is St. Patrick's Day. So you want to make plans to join the St. Patrick's Day celebration at Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. $7 Jameson shots, $100 bottle specials, corned beef and cabbage on the menu, and a pot o' gold liquor basket giveaway. That is St. Patrick's Day at the Cheetah tomorrow. You want to be there. Saturday, March 28th is the Rodriguez Charities 7th annual poker tournament at the Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. 100% of the proceeds from the event are donated to local charities. There's $10,000 in cash prizes. It's a $200 buy-in, and there will be bounties for knocking out certain players like me. Knock me out, grab the bounty. It is Saturday, March 28th. At Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. I hope to see everyone there. I always say it. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Who are you comparing Kobe to?
Josh Giddey.
Coming